production of Hockey Night in Oswego. Only on WTOP.
Hello and welcome into the final regular season edition of Hockey Night in Oswego here on WTOP 10. And tonight we have a matchup of two top 5 nationally ranked teams as Oswego State, the number 4 team in the country, welcomes in the number 2 ranked Geneseo Knights for a game that not only has big SUNYAC conference implications, but national implications as well. And tonight, I'm Luke Owens here at the Perch, joined by Brian Rudman and Dylan McGlynn. And guys, last night, Oswego State picked up a big 2 points in a 3-0 win over Brockport.
Well, it's a great way to bounce back from last week's disappointing loss against Buff State. You see here Molinaro getting the pass in the slot to put Oswego on the board early.
Yeah, and you get a look here. This is going to be Travis Broman right there, finishing it off his own rebound to make it 2-0.
And then finally you move to the third period. Oswego up 2-0. They got him on the empty netter, and you just see here Nenadal skating past the defense and putting it in real nice and easy.
Yeah, Nenadal has been really the king of the empty net goal. As we look at the numbers here, 35 shots on goal for Brockport. They actually outshot the Lakers 35-22.
Yeah, well, it was a great job by David Richer last night. A huge bounce back after he struggled against Buff State. 35 saves, as you can see here. A great game from him.
Yeah, obviously, you know, he's been up and down. He's been a question mark after last year, which that never happened. But I thought it was a really good response. I thought it was his best game of the year, and he's got his biggest test probably of his career so far right now.
Yeah, and on the other side, the Geneseo Knights celebrated their senior night last night with a 3-0 win over Cortland at home. And guys, that was a game where Geneseo kept that 17-game win streak going, and they're riding high coming into tonight.
Yeah, well, they haven't lost since November when they went to Plattsburgh. A little bit of hope there for Oswego that their only loss on the season is on the road in the SUNYAC, but a great job by them. 17 games in a row is not an easy feat.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable, especially in a game like hockey where there's so many bounces, so many little things that can happen. And, I mean, it's at this level, it's just unbelievably impressive.
Yeah, and even looking at the numbers from last night, as we'll pull those up in a moment, Geneseo really outplayed, a little bit different than Oswego's 3-0 win, as we're going to look at the goal highlights from Geneseo last night in that 3-0 win.
This first one, this is Arthur Gordon. And look what he does here. Just goes through everybody, finishes off. Beautiful goal, was featured on the college hockey Instagram account earlier this morning.
Yeah, and now you can see Conlon Keenan just in front of goal, disrupting the goalkeeper's vision and getting it in the rebound.
Yeah, and then right here, it's going to be finished off by Empey with an empty net goal. Should I say empty net goal?
Yeah, you look at the shots, 64-16 in favor of Geneseo last night.
Yeah, Geneseo dominated the game to an extreme 64-16 in the shot column. That's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, you look at those shots, and it's just, I wouldn't want to be the Red Dragon in that one.
Yeah, and even the face-off circle, you saw Geneseo with a 44-27 advantage. And as we know, guys, that's important in any game, and both these teams like to dominate that face-off circle.
Absolutely. Controlling the puck is a big deal, especially for Oswego tonight. If you're going to be a team like Geneseo, you cannot allow them to control the puck.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. You need to dictate the pace of play if you're going to win the game.
Yeah, for both sides, it's going to be a big trip. And like we said, Geneseo riding that 17-game streak into the Marble campus. And guys, what do you think is going to be the first in beating a team like Geneseo?
Well, it starts with scoring early. In their previous matchup, Oswego didn't score at all, but they've been very good this year when they score early. Only one game, so that's the key for me. Getting on board and proving that you score against a tough defense and goalie.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, especially when you have a guy like McDonald. His goals against is .81. I mean, that's well under 1 per game. So if you can score the first goal, then that shows you're not only them, but also yourselves. You're able to win this game.
Yeah, and last week against Buffalo State, Oswego State was unable to score that first goal. They actually went down 3-0 in that first period when David Richer was pulled. And guys, how important is it for them to score first? You guys mentioned, but against a team like Geneseo, it's probably going to be a lot tougher to come back from that kind of deficit.
Well, if they fall behind 3-0, they got serious problems today. But especially if they can score early, you're getting the student section into this big game. You need their help tonight. You got to take advantage of that home ice.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't Buffalo State. This is a team you can fall down 3-0 and 5-2 and come back and win. Well, they didn't win, but come back and tie it. You know, that's not going to happen. They can't fall behind. Just playing.
Yeah, and one quick mention that we kind of brushed over with how big this game is. It is senior night here at the Morano Campus Center, and for guys like Cameron Berry and the captain Devin Campbell, this will be the last time they take the ice here at the Morano Campus Center.
Yeah, well, definitely. On senior night, you want to have a big game, and you can see it at Gosek honoring that. Cam Berry and Josh Nedadol, both seniors back on the first line. Devin Campbell in the first defensive pairing tonight. Should be interesting. They're going to be guys to watch out for. You know they want to have a big senior night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and guys, you talked about those seniors. That top line is a little bit of a different look for Oswego State tonight. Cam Berry, Joey Scorpio, and Josh Nedadol will actually see the first line playing time, and that fourth line for Oswego actually bumps up and gets a lot better. But guys, coming up, we're going to take a slight break, but when we come back, we're going to look at those all-important SUNYAC standings with Geneseo and Oswego State leading the way, and we're also going to take a first look at today's matchup. Stay tuned to Hockey Night in Oswego here on WTOP 10.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Linear Connect. Absolutely, Dan Kane, this is his second year, have at least one shot. But communicate and just, you have to go back to the basics. Absolutely wrong, because he's
right now 1-2 in the SUNYAC. If you can win both of those games,
sick and tired, Brandon.
if the other team can win 1 point, take advantage of
Oh, absolutely. Come on. Just give me the 1-0 lead, all right?
No.
Or watching Laker Connection.
Connections here on WTOP 10.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey guys, I think I'm a little shiny. Can someone help with that, please?
So you ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you're gonna start off the show like suspended from the ceiling, right? So you're all set with that. So yeah, just remember everything else we talked about and make sure you follow the prompter.
I mean, don't I always?
No, just do what we talked about, okay?
Alright, no problem. Let's go!
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego, and as if tonight's matchup wasn't big enough in the national rankings, we're now going to take a look at the SUNYAC standings, where Geneseo finds himself in first place with Oswego State just 3 points behind them as we take a look at the SUNYAC standings, guys.
Yeah, well, Oswego currently trailing just 3 points, and this could be a big matchup. If they can find a way to get these 2 points tonight, they really put pressure on Geneseo next weekend in the final 2 games. But even more important, Geneseo can clinch the 1 seed in the tournament with a win tonight.
Yeah, and Oswego can also clinch the number 2 seed with a win tonight, so that will lock up a first-round bye. So, obviously, both teams playing for some pretty important points here.
Yeah, and like we said, Geneseo has already clinched that first-round bye, but they can clinch the number 1 seed in the SUNYAC with a win over Oswego tonight. And the top 6 spots in the SUNYAC are locked up, and you saw in 3rd place looming is the Buffalo State Bengals. And guys, how big was that loss last week in terms of standings and positioning?
Well, it was huge because last week it looked like if Oswego won out, they controlled their own destiny to get the first spot in the SUNYAC tournament. But with the loss, now they're going to need help if they hope to get home ice throughout that tournament.
Yeah, because not only do they need to beat Geneseo tonight, but they'd also need Geneseo to lose 1 of 2 games next weekend. They've only lost once all year, so I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, we talked about the playoff implications, guys, but tonight, it really seems imperative that Oswego State comes away with those all-important 2 points tonight. So how big is it for them to really, they have to come away with a win tonight if they want a shot at that number 1 seed?
Well, Yes, definitely. And last week was definitely a deflating loss for that team against Buffalo State. If they can get a win tonight, it's a big morale boost, proving to themselves that they can beat Geneseo, especially heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, if you can beat these Geneseo Knights, you can beat any team in the country, and I'm sure that's Ed Goslick's message, and that's their mindset right now. So I think a win tonight could really go a very, very long way.
Yeah, and looking just at Oswego State's schedule coming up, next weekend they're going to go up north and take on Potsdam and Plattsburgh in 2 games that they just need to win one of the 2 if they lose tonight to clinch that playoff spot. So next weekend could end up being almost as big as this weekend.
Well, yeah, it's definitely big, especially if they lose tonight, because having that first round bye is important, because if you don't, you play in the middle of the week on a Wednesday, and that's really important. If you can get a bye, you have a full week off, a full week to prepare, fix what's wrong with your team, and get ready for the visiting team.
Yeah, the difference between playing Wednesday and then again on Saturday is huge, especially because if Oswego gets the 3 or the 4 and they win the first round, they'll be going that weekend on the road.
Yeah, and that's all the time we have, but coming up after the break, Dylan and Brian will have their players to watch, and also who's going to have to step up for Oswego State with a big absence in their lineup. Stay tuned to the Hockey Night in Oswego here on WTOP 10.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego, and as we alluded to earlier, this is the second of 2 meetings between the 2 teams. The first coming back on December 1st on Geneseo's home ice, and that was a game that the Knights would come away with a 3-0 win. So guys, what does Oswego have to do differently tonight in comparison to last game, as we're going to take a look at some of those numbers?
Yeah, well, I would say, first off, they have to do better in the power play. They were 0 for 3 last time. Stay out of the penalty box. That's going to be big on special teams if they lose that battle tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is Geneseo, in addition to having one of the best defenses, also has one of the best offenses. You can't give them any breathing room at all. Penalties can absolutely not happen tonight.
Absolutely, and I think also something else that's going to be big for Oswego is scoring first. Like we saw there, they got shut out in that last matchup. This season, they are 15-1 when they score first in the game, just 2-3-1 when they don't score first, so that's going to be a big deal for them tonight.
Yeah, and scoring always is a big deal, but tonight the Lakers will be without one of their leading scorers, Michael Gillespie, their leading assist man. He's also tied in first on the team with 23 points, and someone's got to step up in Mike Gillespie's absence, guys, and who do you think that's going to be?
Well, I'm looking at Cam Berry to step up. He's a senior. It's senior night. He's on the first line tonight, and last season he had 12 goals and 9 assists. He was a big part of this Oswego Lakers offense. It's time for him to step up. It's senior night. It's his day.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I'm looking at the freshman wingers of Josh Zizek, and that's Josh LeBlanc and Tyson Kirkby. These guys haven't really had a big stage to prove themselves, and now they do, skating with Zizek, who's one of the better centers on this team. So I think it's a really good opportunity for those two to show Gosick what they can do.
Yeah, and even just the added, almost the pestiness of Gillespie, he wears the defense down, and obviously even on that power play unit, he's been such a good assist man. He's been able to find Max Novick multiple times. So what kind of hit is that going to take for the power play unit?
Well, they just got to have to keep passing around and finding good shots, and they just got to keep working. They got to work hard tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Gillespie's his shot on that power play, too, is deadly. So I'm really interested to see how they rearrange the power play unit without him tonight.
And speaking of high-impact guys, Geneseo has a few of their own, and Keenan and Romano, two of the top-line forwards for the Knights. And this week we sat down with Ed Gosick to get his opinion on how to stop two of their top-line forwards.
Have good awareness when they're on the ice. We have to make sure that, we have tight gap and not give them a lot of room to make plays. They're very talented, and not allow them time to not only make plays, but to give them open ice. So, our ability to have tight gap and contact and make it difficult for them to get to open areas of the ice will be a key. Otherwise, they're going to have some great looks, and if they do, hopefully our goaltenders will be up for the
I just want to show
one of the
him,
matchups we haven't talked about tonight is in between the pipes, where David Richer for Oswego State and Devin McDonald for Geneseo have been two of the best in the conference, and we sat down with David Richer to get his take on the opposing netminder.
He's not the best goalie. It's not because you have a good team in front of you that you're the best goalie of the league. I want to compete against him, and I want to win that game and beat him on the ice.
I gotta say, guys, those are some fighting words from David Richer ahead of a huge matchup.
Yeah, he's going to need to come up big after what he just said in that interview.
Yeah, I mean, you love the confidence, and in about 15 minutes, he's going to have a chance to come prove it. So.
And we're actually going to send it now to our sideline reporter, James Catato, who has more on tonight's big goaltending matchup.
Thanks, guys, and this is it, the creme de la creme. This is Oswego's game of the season, the game that the Lakers have been circling on their calendars since the start of the 2018-19 campaign, and it's against the Geneseo Knights. These are two of the top 5 teams in all of D3 hockey, and for all facets of this game, this is going to be a great one, from goaltending to attacking. And Geneseo, they got to Oswego the first time they played them. Geneseo being the only team that's been able to shut out the Lakers, beating them 3-0 when they were on their home ice December 1st. But now, Oswego having the home field advantage in front of these great fans. It's going to be interesting to see how these players absorb this fan base, and they go on to see if they can bag a couple of goals. But with the positivity of this fan base, there comes a negative. Forward Michael Gillespie has been officially scratched from this game after being injured last night against SUNY Brockport. And this is going to be an interesting one because with fire offenses, it comes a workout for the goaltenders, and these just aren't any goaltenders. We're talking about two of the best in D3 hockey between David Richer and Devin McDonald. These are fantastic goalkeepers, and starting off with McDonald, he is having some of the best statistics in the entirety of Division III, but don't discount David Richer as he's coming off a season-high 35 saves. We caught up with Richer before the game to talk about the rivalry between Richer and McDonald. But back to you guys at the Perch.
Thank you, James. And now we're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have our players to watch from both Brian and Dylan. You're listening to Hockey Night in Oswego here on WTOP 10.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lydia Connect. Absolutely. Dan Kane, this is his second year to have at least one shot.
But communicate and just, you have to go back to the basics.
Absolutely wrong. Because
right now, 1-2 in the SUNY Action. If you can win both of those games,
sick and tired, Brandon.
If the other team can win 1 point, take Vanderbilt.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. Just give me the 1-0 lead, all right?
No.
Or watching Laker Connection.
Connections here on WTOP 10.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey guys, I think I'm a little shiny. Can someone help with that, please?
So you ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you know you're gonna show like suspended from the ceiling, right? So you're all set with that. So yeah, just remember everything else we talked about and make sure you follow the prompter.
I mean, don't I always?
No, just do what we talked about, okay?
Alright, no problem. Let's go!
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego, and as we inch closer to puck drop, we're going to take a look at our players to watch from both Geneseo and Oswego, and I'm going to start to my left here with our analyst, Brian Rudman.
All right, so I'm going to start with Geneseo. Their goalie, Devin McDonald, we touched on it earlier. He's been phenomenal so far this year. Just 17 goals allowed in 21 games. Goals allowed average is .81, but the biggest thing here today, he's recorded 4 consecutive shutouts. He gets one more tonight. He has the NCAA record. Also, he has 66 career wins. He's tied for 7th all time. He has had a phenomenal season and a phenomenal career. He's 19-1-1 right now. Moving now to Oswego, I got to go with Joseph Molinaro. He leads the team with 12 goals. If you're going to beat a team like Geneseo, whose goalie is so good, like we just touched on, you need to score, and you got to lean on a guy like this. He's got to come up big tonight if they're going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. For Geneseo, I'm going to go with their team captain, Conlon Keenan, their #1 center. He's their leading scorer with 38 points, and he leads the team in power play goals. He leads the team in game-winning goals. I mean, he is their best player. He's their bona fide #1 guy, and their offense runs through him. And for Oswego, I'm going with Anthony Pissarro, junior transfer from Buffalo State. This is his biggest game as a Laker. This is why he transferred here, to play in these big games and get these wins, and now it's his chance to do it.
Yeah, definitely some great picks with our players to watch for Geneseo. And goal, obviously, it's going to be hard to score, especially without Mike Gillespie, as you mentioned earlier. But that's all we have for our pregame show here on Hockey Night in America. But stay tuned, because when we come back, Matt Watling and Pat Machado will take us through the players to watch. So you want our keys to the game. You don't want to go anywhere here. You're watching the pregame show on WTOP 10.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. Let's get right to our keys to the game.
Yeah, we'll start with Geneseo. First off, play aggressive in the defensive zone. Oswego State's defense produces a lot of offense, so if you hold the point tight, that would make it a lot easier for the defense to clear the zone and limit the offense from Oswego's back end. Second, use your speed. Oswego State couldn't handle Buffalo State's speed last week, and Geneseo has even more than them, so their speed's going to be very big. And finally, find openings in coverage, very active in the offensive zone. Skate to the blind spots in the Oswego State defense, and that's how you'll try to find those seams and find those openings to generate some offense of your own. For Oswego State, protect the slot, something they didn't really do too well against Buffalo State. Didn't clear the rebound. Second, clean zone exits. Geneseo is so fast and so skilled, you got to get out of your zone quickly. And finally, generate traffic in front of McDonald. He's only 5'8", and he can't stop what he can't see, so force him to be uncomfortable.
Thank you, Matt. And coming up after the break, it's senior night here on Hockey Night in Oswego, but more importantly, the top 5 teams in the nation face off. The game is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lydian Connect. Absolutely, Dan Kane, this is his second year, have at least one shot. But communicate and just, you have to go back to the basics. Absolutely wrong, because
right now 1-2 in the SUNY action. If you can win both of those games,
sick and tired, Brandon.
If the other team can win 1 point, take advantage of it.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. Just give me the 1-0 lead, all right?
Nope.
Or watching Laker Connection.
Connections here on WTOP 10.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey guys, I think I'm a little shiny. Can someone help with that, please?
So you ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you're gonna start off the show like suspended from the ceiling, right? So you're all set with that. So yeah, just remember everything else we talked about and make sure you follow the prompter.
I mean, don't I always?
No, just do what we talked about, okay?
Alright, no problem. Let's go!
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Two opportunity here. Here's Emerson. Emerson takes a shot, and he goes top left on Jimmy Perina. Gillespie. Isaac shoots. He scores! Josh Isaac on the power play. Oswego takes the lead. Opportunity for Oswego, and a goal! Anthony Passero.
Hockey Night in Oswego starts now.
And welcome back inside the Marano Campus Center for this top 5 national matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the Geneseo Knights. Patrick Machado and Matt Watling is alongside me. This game has so much meaning, it's almost hard to forget that tonight is senior night for 4 of Oswego State's players.
Yeah, and a senior night, and one of the biggest matchups of this season, as we've mentioned for several times. One of those seniors is Josh Nenadel, who's only his first season with the Lakers, of Oswego State, I should say, of course. He spent 3 years with Lake Superior State of Division I.
He spoke to Ben Greco
a couple days ago, and you can read that article in the Oswegonian. The one thing that he mentioned is that he will be a Laker forever, throwing homage to his 3 years at Lake Superior State and his 1 year here on Lake Ontario. But Devin Campbell, Cameron Berry, and Christopher Brunn, the other seniors, celebrating their last regular season game here inside the Murano Campus Center, and it is underway. Geneseo ranked number 2 in the pairwise rankings. They won the face-off, and the play is now in Oswego's territory. Christopher Brunn tries to chip it out, and in front for Colin Keenan. He was sitting on the doorstep, and the pass goes wide.
Keenan wide open as well. Oswego State's got to be tighter in their defensive zone, especially in the first couple shifts of this game. Scorpio
in with Legrone, and the puck is over in the corner in the half wall. Menegald gets a touch to it, and it comes loose, and Doogie Legrone swings up on the right side. He's got space to skate, and he'll gain center and send it in. Richer playing the puck from his outside, and Jeff Solo, the recent transfer, brings it up, and he gives it to Zizek, who chips it in. It's cleared out to center, and Novick will send it back into the line. Play forced offside, and Novick in nicely. Zizek darts towards the net. The shot was blocked by Tanner Salisbury, and the puck is in the neutral zone for the Knights.
Big hit by LeBlanc there in the offensive zone.
Solo in the corner, spins it around. It's saved at the point by Salisbury. Down low to Tyson Empry in the slot. It's loose. Spinning is Mara, and it's taken away by Oswego. And sent back in. Geneseo changing.
Oswego State on that shift doing a really good job staying in the slot. All 5 of their players were clogging up that slot.
Stretch pass ahead, and in they come the Knights. And the backhand shot by Carson Kelly goes wide. Travis Broman chips it out of the zone. Tanner Spink skating ahead. He gives it to Passero. Passero nicely past Campion. Behind the net, he's held against the boards, and Carter Allen will chip it around. Tanner Spink battling with Kyle Hartman. It's centered, and it's patted, sticked aside by Devin McDonald. He got a piece of it.
And doing a good job trying to hold the zone and making it tough for Geneseo to gain any speed.
Devin McDonald and David Richer, the goaltending matchup tonight, as best as you're going to get in Division III hockey. Tanner Spink chips it in. Travis Broman can't find the puck. He's on his knees, but he manages to send it into the corner. Joe Serpo escapes the zone. Up is Serpo. He'll gain center and send it in. Molinaro chasing after it with Cleghorn. They cancel out. Puck at Tyler Curry's stick, and Carter Allen trying to put it away. Ryan Burnett tried to go towards the net, but a timely defensive intervention sends Oswego back. Emerson along for Molinaro, lost it to Legrone, and Miller will bring it out of the Geneseo end. He's skating ahead. He's got Burnett on the left side, and he is canceled out by 4 Oswego State defenders.
Great back check by Joey Molinaro there to knock down the Geneseo forward.
Emerson is out of the zone. He chipped it ahead, but Mitch Ferguson was there, and he goes D-to-D with Legrone. Pass up near the Geneseo bench, and they're in. Colin Keenan, and his shot is gloved and held by David Richer.
A little sloppy on both sides of the ice. Not many clean passes, but that's just a testament to how good both defenses have been playing, in the sense that they're not trying to let up that first goal. They want to keep it slow, but as this period goes on and the teams get more comfortable feeling each other out, you start to see the ice open up a little bit more later on in the first half of this period.
Charlie Pelnick lost the faceoff, and the shot at the point by McKnight, and Richer couldn't handle the rebound, and it's swept aside into the left wing corner. David Snide centers it. It's loose in front, and the shot by Mitch Ferguson goes wide. Nenadal up for Barry. Barry can't escape the zone, and a nice hit by Nenadal on Salisbury. Nice move, and in is Snide, and the shot, he scores! Andrew Romano picks up the puck on the rebound, and Geneseo gets the goal early.
There's a couple of Oswego State defensemen in that blue crease, and they've got to get that stop. You've got to cover the back door. Richer does a good job with the first and second save, but it pulls him so far out of position, out of his blue crease, that there's no chance for him on the back door. Oswego State's got to get lower in and protect the weak side.
Just a great goal by Romano, and that puts Geneseo up early. Oswego State 2-3-1, giving up the first goal.
Yeah, so really not much of a sample size there, but one thing that's big is Geneseo has unofficially all 4 of the shots here just about 4 minutes into this first period, and Oswego State's got to do a better job of getting into this offensive zone, and generating some offense.
Chris Perna win the draw. He goes back to Campion, and the errant pass is intercepted by Tyson Kirkby, goes back the other way. He tried to feed Zizek, and it was blocked by Chris Perna. Neutral zone play. LeBlanc on the loose puck, gives it to Zizek. Zizek moving in, and it goes off the leg of Chris Perna and pops up. LeBlanc, nice hit on Mara. They're able to take it though, and Chris Perra will hold and send it off the glass and all the way down, and Mara skating after it, but icing is called.
A close call there, as Geneseo doing a great job trying to get down and get the touch up. Will be an icing, and really just a tough start to this game for the Lakers, not generating much offensively, and not that they're giving up a lot despite that first goal, it's just that Geneseo's really pushing play this entire first 4 minutes or so.
15 minutes and 46 seconds to go in this first period of play. Andrew Romano strikes first for the Geneseo Knights. They lead by a score of 1-0. Travis Broman back at the point for Curry. He tees up a shot and goes to Broman instead. Curry and Broman play catch, and his shot goes wide. He was looking for the deflection of Pissarro, didn't get it. Broman takes the puck off the glass, and Spink couldn't turn it into offense, but the loose puck was taken by Pissarro, and Broman fans on the shot, and a diving block by Campion ends that offensive chance.
And Broman just cannot pull the trigger on the shot. Had a good opportunity, but a couple of Geneseo defensemen sliding and making it really tough for him to generate anything on that.
Long stretch passes. Oswego is skating, changing, Tanner Spink in, and he's shoved off the puck by Campion. Ferguson out of his own end, gives it up to Joe Scarpo. He chips it ahead, and Emerson is there to take it away from Kelly. Emerson trying to escape the zone. His clearing attempt was blocked, and finally it squirts out to the neutral zone, and Ferguson will recoil. He's in over the line, looking over his options, and his shot is sticked aside by Richer into the protective netting, and we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, not much on that rush. Oswego State doing a good job angling Geneseo off to the boards. And when they fire that puck on Richer, there's not much of an angle, so he makes an easy save, clearing it up into the netting, as you mentioned, Pat. And now they'll get a defensive zone faceoff for Oswego State, who really needs to win this draw. Haven't done a great, historically over the course of the season, have done a great job, but not so much against Geneseo as of late.
Cleghorn will draw against Nenadal, one of those 4 aforementioned seniors, and he gives it up to Berry, another one. And it's sent ahead for Scorpio, and he goes down, and we'll get a penalty on this play. So Oswego State will go to their first power play of the game on a tripping call.
And this is really a big call for the Lakers, a clear trip, no doubt. And now for Oswego State, you went 0 for 3 last time that you played Geneseo on the power play. You need to score here. It's so crucial to keep this game in close and not let it get out of hand early on, because you kill us all for Geneseo, they gain some momentum, they get a little pep in their step, as they have all game long, and they might generate something the other way.
Mitch Ferguson will get the gate, sending Oswego to their first power play of the game. Going into this game, they're converting at a rate of 26.2%. That's good for number 3 in Division III hockey. And they'll have to start this power play from their own end. Max Novick behind, and he'll start out the rush to center. Novick skating ahead. They're without Gillespie, one of the mainstays on this Oswego State power play, as number 26, Carson Kelly gets the clear.
Looks like Cameron Berry's taking Gillespie's spot on this top unit.
And here is Cameron Berry skating ahead. He's in over the line, and he's darting towards the net. Mitch Emerson goes to the front, and it's back at the point for Novick. Zizek covering the defense on this power play. A little bit of shake-up from what we're normally used to seeing. It's Berry over and where Zizek usually is. Novick gets it back. Novick with the shot, and it's blocked by Empey. Zizek looks for a lane, gives it to Novick. And Zizek couldn't handle the pass, and he'll have to send it around. Cameron Berry meeting Perna. It's saved at the point by Novick, but he's checked off, and Empey is able to skate it ahead, chip it down, and Geneseo will change.
Really good job by Geneseo getting in those shooting lanes. Oswego State with a lot of possession, but they're not pulling Geneseo apart at the seams and trying to find those open shooting lanes. Geneseo doing a great job covering those up.
Novick ahead slowly. Pissarro chips it in, and the defense on this power play will change, and it is sent all the way down by the goaltender, Devin McDonald. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage. Scarpo skating forces Richer to make a play, and the Geneseo Knights will win it back. Textbook penalty killing as Kyle Hartman will send it the sheet of the ice. 17 seconds ago, time for one last rush. Tyler Curry ahead, gives it to Passero, drops it off for Broman, and they're in onside. Derek Brown in the left wing corner. Back for Passero, centered for Curry, and Passero gets it back on the half wall. Given away to Burnett, and ahead is Ferguson on a breakaway, and pad save made by David Richer.
That's a huge save as Ferguson able to shoot out of the box, get the stretch pass, and Oswego State didn't cover for him.
Brown will send it in on his own end. They're changing. Broman staying out there to keep the play in the Geneseo end, and nice job by Broman to allow the Lakers to complete that change. Zizek gave the pass to LeBlanc, and the pass all the way out to the point was blocked, but it finds Carter Allen anyhow. Zizek centers for LeBlanc, and he can't find a shooting lane. Romano gains center and dumps the puck in. Carter Allen takes the puck. Backhand pass for Tyson Kirkby, and he'll start up ahead. His stretch pass trying to find Zizek, rolled off of his stick, which sends Geneseo back the other way. Romano and LeBlanc cancel out. Played off the glass by Kirkby and given to Scorpio. Scorpio off the boards. Kirkby is in after it. He's shoved to the boards by Lagone, and Perna will take over. Smythe in the neutral zone. Back into their own end. Brendan Flanagan. And a weird play over at the Oswego State blue line results in Geneseo going offside.
Yeah, and since the power play, Oswego State doing a much better job keeping it in the zone. Haven't had an official shot on net just yet, but they've got a lot more offensive opportunity. And here's the breakaway by Ferguson. Comes in, Richer sees it all the way, and makes Ferguson make the first move. Ferguson cutting in too close, and Richer does a good job standing tall and not making that first move on the breakaway.
Great play by Richer. Keeps his game at a score of 1-0. And Cam Russell sends it behind net. Aaron McKay taken away by Cameron Berry. He plays it off the glass, and it takes a deflection off of something, a loud noise. Play still going on, but Geneseo will send it in on the wrong side of the red line for an icing call.
Yeah, sounds like it was one of the stanchions on those far boards, and almost catches Scorpio in the middle of the ice. Had a chance on a rush, but was unable to corral the puck there, as Oswego State really doing a decent job getting the puck into the opposite zone. But once they get there, Geneseo just doing such a good job defensively, really covering each of the men. Oswego State's got to generate something on the rush.
Face-off won by Emerson, and a shot by Novick through some traffic is gloved and held by McDonald.
McDonald, one of the best goaltenders in all of Division III, as we've mentioned, only stands at 5'8". He's a Jonathan Quick type goaltender, as he's just so athletic and has such a good nose and just good eyes to see the puck, and does a great job getting his way to it and doing anything he can to make the stop.
So another draw to the left of McDonald. That's won by Emerson off a tie-up. Curry walking the line, and it goes off of the stick of Boso, and the rebound try by Brown doesn't make its way on goal.
Great deflection by Oswego State on the face-off.
Curry with an outlet pass for Emerson. It goes in, and Devin McDonald will have to play it. Nicely kept in at the line by the skate of Derek Brown, and he'll battle Emerson after the loose puck. Emerson tries to cut toward the center, and the rebound for Derek Brown is swallowed up by Devin McDonald, and will have a little bit of extracurriculars in front of goal.
And you just see there how quickly McDonald gets set in his position. An undersized goaltender, so he really needs to do a good job being sound positionally, and you saw right there, despite the draw pass and almost a surprising shot by Derek Brown after Oswego State loses the puck, McDonald's right there to corral the rebound.
You have to look for Oswego to get some traffic in front of him. You mentioned his short frame at 5'8" could result for some screenshots to have more in effect than what they normally do. As Solo takes a shot, and that one goes wide. Off the half wall, Burnett with the clearing attempt, and it's sent back in by Charlie Pelnick. After it is Will Campion. He sends it to the left side. Puck stuck in Burnett's stick, and great play by Passero to win it back. Passero errant pass gives it back to Burnett, and Geneseo will start the center. Brendan Miller will chip it in on his own side and slips past Solo. He goes to his forward partner in Henry Cleghorn, and Anthony Passero skating after it, trying to get the loose puck. And a great play by Kyle Hartman. He's strong on the puck. Ends the chance for Passero. Skating ahead are the Knights, and it's sent in by Cleghorn. And in over the line is Will Campion, but Geneseo is offside.
And Oswego State, when they're in the offensive zone, you saw it on that last sequence, Pissarro passing it back to the defense, but doesn't do a good job finishing his passes, making it nice and crisp. Because you saw Geneseo intercepts the pass. They had a guy right there on the half wall, and they take it the other way. So for Oswego State, when you're in the offensive zone, you have to be mindful with your pass, especially going back to the point. Because if Geneseo intercepts it, they've got a quick rush the other way with their speed.
David Snide, he's in, but Colin Keenan was a step ahead of the play, and the Knights will have to tag up. Pass up to Molinaro, intercepted in the neutral zone, and in is Smythe. Colin Keenan cutting towards the goal, nicely dangled off by Christopher Brunn. Derek Brown in the corner, sends it behind net for Brunn, and he'll wait there for a second and set up a controlled breakout. Carter Allen ahead, and it takes a deflection, which forces the Lakers offside.
You know they're going to send out that top line of Nenadol, Barry, and Joey Scorpio, who have generated some offense, but they're more of a line that's going to really just cycle and wear you down as a team. They're so physical with Barry and Nenadol, and then Scorpio is just like a little Energizer bunny, so quick through the neutral zone and with the puck as well.
Another thing here on that first line, Ed Gosick is definitely a man that gives his players tributes. Top line, 2 seniors. Nenadol ahead. Sends it onto the right side for Novick, and it's in his skates, which forces Doogie Lagore back the other way, and the centering attempt for Empey. He's not able to get his stick on the puck. Shot by Cam Russell takes a deflection off of Nenadol in front, and Scorpio will send it along for Novick. And quick whistle here from the referee. The shot chopped on goal, and Richer unable to hold on, but the whistle is blown anyhow.
Right, and earlier brought up on the power play that the Lakers without Michael Gillespie due to injury, but something that he brings aside from the scoring and the hard shot is the little physicalities that he makes after plays. After the whistle's blown, he's the first guy in on the scrums, icing the goaltender left and right, and he's a guy that you really want in your lineup because he's so hard to play against aside from his shot.
The Gillespie-Zizek connection, we've seen that a lot on the power play. The Lakers will have to do without that tonight, as the faceoff was won by the Knights, and Carson Kelly with a chance on the doorstep. And it's nicely angled off by the Lakers. At the point for Campion. He'll skate down low, and it's taken away by Zizek. Zizek will chip it ahead. Oswego in need of a change, but they'll have to wait to get one as they ice the puck.
The neutral zone play really favors Geneseo slightly. It just seems like they're just a step quicker through the neutral zone and a step crisper with their passes. Oswego State needs to change that up and clean it up in the neutral zone if they want to create some offense, especially on the rush.
So second line stuck out there. Zizek drawing against Kelly, and Zizek won the faceoff. Carter Allen sends it around the boards hard, and it's just outside the zone. It's squirted loose. Kirkby, and it's chipped back in by Kyle Hartman. Carter Allen backhands the puck to Zizek, but the puck was bouncing, which has a scrum form over in the corner, and it's saved by Campion and sent around. Carson Kelly, Scorpio shoved to the boards. Curry, LeBlanc there. 2-on-2 scrum. Puck squirts loose, and Zizek is on it. Miller battling with it. Curry is there. Serpo cross-checking Curry over at the boards. No whistle yet. The referee yelling at them to move it, and Serpo will find the puck. Miller finds some open ice and goes back to the point for Hartman. He takes the shot, and it goes off of Kirkby and out to center.
Yeah, so we'll get that much-needed change on the clear by Kirkby's block shot.
Curry gets it on the red line and sends it in on the right side, allowing Oswego State to complete that change. Fourth line out there, Pissarro, Broman, and Spink. And Geneseo come ahead. Ryan Burnett in. Pelnick battling with him. His shot was saved by David Richer and sent into the corner. Spink with a little touch pass finds Pissarro and gives it back to Spink. We had a partial odd man rush. A little slow play from Oswego ends that chance. And the Geneseo Knights will send it to Doogie Lagore. And it's going to be an icing call as no one was in the area of the pass.
And I think Lagrone thought he had the red line, but obviously was unable to do so. And he's one of 4 defensemen on this back end that was D1 recruited, played at least one game of Division I, and then it came back to D3, or rather changed. And here's the replay. on the opportunity. Cuts in a good save by Riche. Penalty doing a good job on the back check as well.
So Geneseo gives an offensive zone draw to Oswego, but they lose it. And David Snide is skating ahead, choked off by Solo, and he'll have to chip it in on the left side. David Riche comes out from his net to play the puck. It's given on the right side to Will Campion, who tried to center one, and no one was on the end of the pass. Sent in. Pelnick after it. It's stuck on the boards. 221s meet together. Puck squirts loose to Riche, and he'll cover.
Right. And earlier I just mentioned those Division I guys for Geneseo. Guys like Mitch Ferguson played for the Vermont Catamounts, and Will Campion played for Minnesota Duluth, one of the best teams in the nation. Only played one game in one season, but the fact that he's recruited by that caliber of a team just goes to show how good this Geneseo Ice Knights team is.
Geneseo, one of the players in the SUNYAC Conference that have been making a run towards the top in the last couple of years, as we see Plattsburgh dropping off to the number 3 seed in Oswego in the SUNYAC Conference. Off the draw, and Broman is skating ahead after the loose puck with Ferguson. Broman wins the race, but he's forced behind the net. Circling around, wraparound try, he scores! What a play by Travis Broman, and on senior night, the freshman knots his game up at 1.
And he's a guy in Broman that's only got 1 point in his last 3 games played coming into tonight. He had some good opportunities last week against Buffalo State and Fredonia, and you see him score one here on Devin McDonald. And he just beats out Ferguson on the puck, gets the puck in the zone, and the wraparound. And that's what it's like when you're only 5'8". You're not able to get your foot all the way across, not able to push off and cover the other side, the far side of the net, and Broman knots the game up at 1.
Great hockey sense by Broman to take the extra time to go far post, again alluding to the goaltender's frame, and Oswego ties the game up with just 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Oswego has new life.
And that's just such a huge goal, because now with 5:31 left in this first, you try to either get an extra goal, but you cannot give another goal. Going into the second period tied at 1 would be huge for the Lakers, who really have looked okay, but Geneseo definitely has the edge.
Oswego going into the second period tied are 5-0-0 on the year. And as the goal is officially announced, Travis Broman receives an ovation from the student section. Will Campion tried to go towards the center of the net, and the bouncing puck finds Arthur Gordon, and he'll touch up, and it's going to be a high stick call against Geneseo, so the faceoff will come closer towards Devin McDonald.
Right, now just going back to that goal, Max Novak gets the primary assist, and you saw him flutter a stretch pass into open ice, letting his forward in Broman to go get it, use his speed, and with the defense having to turn around in the neutral zone, it gives Broman that half step that he needs to win the puck battle and get around the net first.
And that fourth line back up on the ice, and the faceoff was won by Pissarro. Curry ahead for Broman, and he'll tip it in. Pissarro after the puck. Travis Broman lost it, and ahead is Carson Kelly. He drops it off on the left side for Dan Bozo. And Tyler Curry will chip it off the glass. Another high stick by Bozio. And Kelly takes it away. Back at the point, and he's skating in, and we're gonna get a delayed penalty here, and we're gonna get the call. Wasn't a touch-up, but it looks like this one is going to be against Oswego, and it's going to be a hooking call.
And it looks like it's Travis Broman heading to the box, as well as it looks like Tyler Carr, but no, he's going to skate to the bench. But this is a must-kill opportunity for Oswego State as they tie the game of 1, and then the next shift, Broman comes out and takes a penalty. This could be a big change in momentum if Oswego State can kill it off.
Geneseo just as good as Oswego on the power play, converting at a rate of 27.2%. And Oswego penalty kill at a .856. Ferguson down low for Andrew Romano, and the centering pass was tipped in by Colin Keenan. Keenan on a tip for the backhand shot, and Geneseo regains the lead.
And just like that, Geneseo takes the lead, and in tight in the crease, and I'm surprised Oswego State wasn't able to clear him out of the zone. He's a guy in Keenan, the captain for this team, that's only 5'10", 180. So Oswego State, and you'll see the replay here, needs to do a better job keeping him out of the crease. As he cuts in, and uncontested, I mean, Max Novak on the far side and Campbell near side, one of those two has to tie his stick up there because he just untouched to the front of the crease. That is really just a tough break for the Lakers. They've got to do better in the defensive zone.
So penalty killing woes for Oswego continue as Geneseo regains the lead with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go in this opening frame of play. Max Novick behind the net. He's waiting to find a lane to pass through. Eventually he'll just skate ahead to center and he'll carry it in himself. He chips it ahead and Novick will chase after it, try to drop one back off for Berry, and it's intercepted by Brandon Miller. Back ahead is Geneseo quickly. Carson Kelly on the right side. Centers one for Salisbury, and it goes wide. Zizek skating after it with Russell. Berry goes towards the center of the net, and Berry will go behind to get the loose puck on the cycle, and it's flipped out of the zone, but kept it in at the line by Novick, and the deflection goes wide. Nenadal for Zizek. He'll hold it at the boards. Oswego changing. Brown and Solo on for defense. It's kept in at the blue line by Solo, but it pops out of just momentarily, and Molinaro will have to recoil. Christopher Brunn. D-to-D pass for Solo. Pass tipped in by on the right side of the blue line by Derek Brown. And a Geneseo player loses an edge and goes dangerously into the corner. That was Colin Keenan. He looks to be okay as Solo can't handle the pass at the blue line.
Oswego State doing a really good job getting to those loose pucks.
Christopher Brunn and Emerson, they battle for the puck. And it squirts loose, and Molinaro will backhand a pass to Derek Brown in stride. Brown down the right side. Emerson goes towards the net, and Emerson will go behind to help him out. Molinaro chasing after the loose puck, and he'll send it along the boards where it's taken by David Snide and out of the zone. Kyle Hartman will just chip it in, and a wholesale line change for Geneseo. Richer will play it, and Carter Allen with the long pass up for Emerson. Gordon in. Gordon centers, and it's intercepted by Tanner Spink. Dangerous chance. Great interception by Spink. Pissarro ahead for Broman. He scores! Travis Broman on the doorstep gets the pass. His second goal of the game. Ties it up again.
And another defensive lapse for Geneseo. And Devin McDonald cannot be happy with his defense. We see the replay here. Travis Broman in all alone, and you have two defensemen that missed a chance, and a second look here. No one in the open space for Geneseo. And Pissarro does a great job on the pass, pulling the lone defenseman back on the 2-on-1. And if you're the defense of Geneseo, you are not happy. And neither is Devin McDonald, who you saw earlier in the pregame show. Richer saying when you have such great defense in front of you and a great team in front of you, it's easy to put up the numbers that McDonald has. And the two goals for Oswego State come when the defense in front of McDonald has not looked great.
And we were talking about it before the game in the office, how we thought this was going to be a low-scoring affair. Both teams using their extra skater for a seventh defenseman. And boy, how wrong we were.
Oh yeah, and it's really just opened up, and it's been pretty tight checking for most of the game. But the 4 shifts in which goals were scored, it really opens up.
Dan Bozio back at the point, and he sends it down low where Tyler Curry plays it off the glass, and it goes out to center. Ferguson gives it to Joe Serpo, and Joe Nenadal takes it away from Doogie Legrone. Flipped up and out of the zone. Allen and Kelly cancel out, and Tyler Curry will send it ahead for Nenadal. Kelly in neutral ice. He has 3 defenders around him, and the pass is intercepted by Kirkby. Here comes Zizek back the other way. Zizek loses an edge, and Kirkby loses an edge as well, and he can't corral the loose puck. Devin Campbell with a check on Gordon. Mara in. Scorpio will skate ahead with some speed. Kirkby is the trailer, and he gives it to Kirkby, and actually tried to pass to LeBlanc, but it goes off of a stick, and a miscue by Devin Campbell sends Schoen back the other way as we come down to the last minute remaining in this first period of play. Gordon in the slot, he shoots, and that one takes a deflection off of Scorpio's stick. And we will take a ringside report from James Catato. James?
Thanks, guys. And Devin McDonald concedes his 18th and 19th goals of the season to who else but the man himself, the freshman, Travis Broman, lighting it up on the score sheet today. It seems every time Oswego has been down that Broman is doing everything in his power to keep the Lakers in. He's going to need to keep doing that because Geneseo is playing a near-perfect game. But great work from the freshman so far. Back to you guys.
The freshman lighting Devin McDonald up here on senior night as the play is into Geneseo end. Colin Keenan plays it off. Emerson tried to save it in. And the long pass goes ahead, and Devin Campbell will angle him off. And in front, David Snide scores on David Richet, and it's 3-2.
And another defensive lapse by the Oswego State Lakers. You saw it there. Devin Campbell comes behind his own red line, playing the man with the puck. And Schmid right out in front. Max Novick, Campbell's defensive partner, nowhere to be found, and that's another missed opportunity for the Lakers. And we'll see the Geneseo replay here as Devin Campbell cuts in, goes to the block, and it comes out to Schmid. Max Novick trailing, but not there enough. Another look here. Great play by Geneseo to get it out to the trailing forward, and again, nowhere to be found is one of the four skaters out there aside from Devin Campbell for the Lakers.
Oswego gives up a crucial goal with under 30 seconds to go here in the opening frame. And Geneseo looking for a fourth as Serpo takes it. Travis Broman up ahead. Pissarro tried to feed Broman over on the left side, and he couldn't reach the pass. Christopher Brunn will send it down in to the Geneseo end. Played by McDonald. Spink after the puck. Pelnick couldn't keep the puck out in at the blue line, and it will roll into the Oswego end as the buzzer ends this first period of play. Geneseo leads the Oswego State Lakers by a score of 3-2.
Yeah, what a barn burner it was this first period. Oswego State holding their own against one of the best teams in the nation. Of course, Oswego State, no slouch either, but Geneseo, they're a really fast team, but Oswego State able to skate with Geneseo and even win some of those puck battles to the loose puck. They're the first one in, and for the Lakers, you like what you saw in this first period. You just got to tighten up your defensive zone and try to limit those opportunities out in front where Geneseo has an open man with really no defenseman around them.
Richet giving up 3 goals in that first period. Do you think that he had something to do with that, or was it a lapse of defensive coverage?
I think it's a mix of both. On that second goal, I think Richet wants it back, but it's deflection and it goes bar down, so there's not much there for him to do. On that third goal as well, a man left out in front with that much time and that type of scorer, you're not making that stop. So Richet might want 1 or 2 of those back, but at the same time, the whole team does.
Travis Broman with 2 in that opening period, but the score that really matters is up on the scoreboard. 3-2, Geneseo leads going into the first intermission report on Hockey Night in Oswego.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
It's taste, not toast.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Welcome into our first intermission report here on WTOP 10, where the Geneseo Knights have gotten out to a 3-2 start here at Oswego's home ice. And guys, it was a really offensive-driven narrative in the first period, something we weren't expecting going into the game.
Yeah, well, going into the game, we expected McDonald to have a really great game, but Oswego was able to get to him for twice. But it was really back and forth. Geneseo got on the board early, but then every time Oswego scored, they seemed to just get right back in the lead.
Yeah, I thought Geneseo had a really good start, but I thought Oswego answered, and every time Geneseo's been able to get ahead, they've been right there. So.
Yeah, and Geneseo got the scoring going early with Romano tallying a goal assisted by Keenan, which was another narrative we talked about going into tonight, but Oswego with the quick counterpunch with Travis Broman.
Yeah, so Travis Broman, I think we might have just figured out the key to defeating Devin McDonald, and it might be this guy named Travis Broman. And it starts with that this play right here. He beats everybody down the ice to wipe off the icing and then wraps around and just goes far side.
Yeah, and then this is the second Geneseo goal. You can see here on the power play, really poor job by the penalty kill of Oswego, just letting them get right into the slot for a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, Keenan just gets a stick on the ice going right to the net, and Romano finds him. And then this is the Lakers' second goal, and look who else it is. It's Travis Broman again, tying the game at 2. And man, how about that period for him?
Yeah, that was a great period for him. And now looking at the goal that put Geneseo in the lead right at the end of the period, that's a real dagger to the heart if you're Oswego. You battled all period to get back to 2-2, and then you can see it right here, just no one in front of the net yet again, and it seemed like on every single Geneseo goal, the defense kind of let Richer down, letting Geneseo get in front of the net.
Yeah, I don't blame any of those 3 goals on him, because you saw all 3 of them, there's a guy within a foot of him, and the puck's going right on that. That's nothing he could really do on any of them.
Absolutely. Just a poor job by Oswego keeping Geneseo out of the slot. Richer is playing pretty well right now. There are a couple one-on-one opportunities that Geneseo had. Richer kept his team in the lead in the game, but in order for them to get back into this game and win this game, they have to do a better job in the defensive zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and Travis Broman, it's senior night here at the Morale Campus Center, but how about the freshman with 2 goals in the first period for the Lakers? But, you know, guys, he also did commit that penalty that led to a Geneseo power play goal. So how imperative is it for the Lakers to stay out of the penalty box? As we saw a very efficient goal from Geneseo, I believe it only took 13 seconds for them to score on that power play.
Well, it was their first shot on the power play, and it's really not something you can do when you have as efficient of a first line as Geneseo has. You can't be going down a man. It's going to be hard enough to contain them in a 5-on-5. You can't be down a man.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team, you cannot make mistakes, because when you make mistakes, they take advantage, and we saw that. It took them 13 seconds and 1 shot to score a power play goal. So.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a sleepy start for Oswego. Almost took them half the period to register their first shot, and there weren't a lot of chances. Even when they went on that power play, it looked like they were lacking without the services of Mike Gillespie, who was scratched this game.
Definitely. On the power play in particular, it was a little disappointing to see. Looked like they had some opportunities to shoot the puck, and it looked like they were trying to get a little too fine with it, trying to find the perfect shot. I think you need to put it on the net.
Yeah, I felt like they were kind of thinking with McDonald in net, you have to be perfect, you have to make a perfect shot. You don't have to. You get guys in front of the net, you get those shots in the point, especially on the power play, where there's all those guys in front of the net, eventually some are going to start getting by him.
Yeah, and it was 2 goals on 4 shots, pretty much all courtesy of Travis Broman. But guys, what needs to happen for the Lakers offense in the second period? Because they've got to get something going outside of Travis Broman.
Well, I think outside of just beating the entire defense down the ice, I think when you're in the offensive zone, I think you just got to start putting pucks on net, get in his face, disrupt his vision, and just try and put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think Geneseo's defenseman has done a really good job of clearing out the front of the net and leaving McDonald a nice line of sight. And Oswego has to disrupt that. They have to break that up and make it hard for McDonald to know where the puck's going to go.
And we're going to take a quick break here on the first intermission report, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with more analysis of the first period here on WTOP 10.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to the first intermission report here on the Perch. Luke Owens along with Brian Rudman and Dylan McGlynn. And guys, we're going to take a quick look at the period summary and how the numbers matched up between these two teams.
Yeah, well, if you look at the numbers, shots on goals, 11-5 for Geneseo. But the big thing there, the power play. Geneseo 1 for 1, Oswego 0 for 1. That's a big thing to me. If Oswego's going to be in this game, they need to convert on the power play.
Yeah, I mean, Geneseo's not a team that takes a lot of penalties. They are 61st in Division III in penalty minutes total. So when they give you a man advantage, you got to take advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I think if Oswego needs to get back in this game, they got to be the next team to score, though, because you got to keep this. You can't get behind 2 goals. McDonald may have struggled a little bit with Trevor Broman in the first period, but I think he's still going to have a bounce back.
Yeah, if they go down 2 goals, I don't like the odds.
Yeah, and one place the Lakers are also hold the advantages in the face-off circle where they lead 13-11. We talked about how important that would be, and you guys also stretched the power play unit. And without Mike Gillespie, it looked a little bit hectic there for the Lakers. Not a lot of puck control on that power play.
Yeah, definitely. Geneseo did a great job clearing the puck out. If Oswego's going to be more efficient on the power play, they got to just start taking shots. They didn't have a single one on the first power play, and at the end they turned it over and they gave Geneseo one-on-one when their man got out of the box.
Yeah, I'm looking really at guys like Tyler Curry to set up the point on the power play and just settle everybody down and just try to find some kind of rhythm because they look kind of lost.
Yeah, I would look for Max Novick, too. He was big last weekend, 2 goals, and one of them, I believe, was on the power play. So I would look for him at the point. It looked like he had a couple opportunities, didn't take it, passed it around. In this next 2 periods, I would look for him to try and take some of those shots.
Yeah, one of the beautiful parts of that Oswego State power play unit is when Gillespie is, feeding up to the point to a guy like Max Novick, who we really didn't see a lot of in that first period after he's had a lot of breakout games over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, he's on the first defensive pairing with Devin Campbell, so you kind of thought that maybe that's a sign that they're putting a little more trust in him. And he really just didn't get his opportunities. I thought, again, he should have shot it on the power play a couple of times, but I think look for him, if they get on the power play, to come up big.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as we move closer to that second period, guys, what do the Lakers need to do to try to tie the game or take the lead in the second period?
Well, I think puck control is a big thing. They were winning in the faceoff, but it kind of went back and forth. They would control the puck in their offensive zone, and then Geneseo would control the puck in their offensive zone. I think Oswego needs to be more consistent with that, and they need to get more shots on goal.
Yeah, I'd like to see a lot longer possessions in the offensive zone. I thought they did a pretty good job of faceoffs, but even when they were winning faceoffs in the offensive zone, it just seemed like it was throw it around, and then Geneseo takes the puck, comes down, and they stay down in the offensive zone for 30 seconds.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this top-line defense of Max Novick and Devin Campbell, and guys, I think they did a little bit of a poor job getting back at some points to help out their goaltender.
Yeah, well, definitely, especially on the power play goal that Geneseo had. I found that Devin Campbell was coming out to face off the man with the puck. I wanted Max Novick to come up and challenge the man who got the goal. I think that was a big key, is that there was no help from the backside.
Yeah, and you saw that last goal with 33 seconds left in the period. it was 2-on-1, and Campbell got tied up in the corner, and Novik got tangled up in the neutral zone and was totally lost, and there's a man all alone.
And as we are moments away from that second period with Geneseo leading 3-2, we're going to head to break, but on the other side, we'll have the second period called by Pat Machado and Matt Watling. Thank you for listening to this first intermission report here on WTOP 10.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
It's taste, not toast.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. The Geneseo Knights lead the Oswego State Lakers by a score of 3-2. And before the second period starts, let's go ringside to James Catato, who interviewed the Little Lakers.
All right, thanks, guys. And I am here with the Little Lakers, who just did a great job on the ice during the intermission. And, guys, how are you liking the game so far?
Good.
All right, so I got to ask you guys, what did you think of the game, and what do you think Oswego needs to do to be able to beat this really tough Geneseo team? I'll start with you.
I think they need to pass it a little bit more and go that way. I think they're just going to have to keep passing and working together as a team. Goaltending.
Awesome, yeah, and the goaltending has been fantastic today, but thank you guys so much. And can I get a Let's Go Lakers from all of you?
Let's go Lakers!
Awesome. The Little Lakers coming with you on the sideline. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, James. Moving forward towards this second period, Anthony Pissarro takes sole possession of the team lead in points for Oswego State. But if you take a look at the period that Andrew Romano had, he now has 40 points on the season.
Yeah, and he's looked really good. 7 goals, 32 assists, and he's just been electric all night. This is a team in Geneseo that out of the top 10 scorers in the SUNYAC, I believe they have 6 guys in that top 10, including the top 2. Just a tremendous team, very talented, as we've seen, and a lot of scoring.
Now, this is one of the first time that we've seen Oswego State roll with 7 defensemen with this extra skater. Do you think it's helping them or hurting them?
I think it helps. You give Christopher Brunn a chance on his senior night to play in the game, and you kind of get different looks. Pelnick's a really good guy in the penalty kill, and then you've got Brunn, who's a guy that is just as good as that, but he's also a little bit better of a puck mover. So it allows different players to play to their strengths. Guys like Carter Allen or Max Novik, maybe they're more power play oriented.
Now, Oswego needs to get the shooting going as the official shots on goal in that second period. Geneseo out shooting Oswego by double, 11-5 in favor of the Knights.
Yeah, and I think it starts with that third line to me. Joey Molinaro, one of those guys. He's got 8 points in his last 4 games played, 4 goals, 4 assists. You're not expecting to score 2 points against a team like Geneseo and a goaltender like Devin McDonald, but nonetheless, Molinaro's got to get it going.
And here is that first line getting ready to drop the puck on this first period of play. Cameron Berry, Joey Scorpio, and Josh Nenadal. What do you think of their play in the last period?
I thought they were really solid. This is a line that's really been more of a fourth line for the Lakers, getting the start as 2 of the 3 line mates on that line are seniors, and they've looked solid. You know, haven't been a liability defensively, generated some offense, but no goals for the line, obviously, as those come from that fourth line with Travis Broman.
Second period of play underway here in the Marano Campus Center, and actually it's the period of the short change here in this odd setup for a hockey rink of the Marano Campus Center, with the benches being closer to the attacking ends during the first and the third period.
Right, that's just another note to make when you're in your defensive zone. Get off for a change and get off in a hurry.
And Cameron Berry played it off the glass, and Scorpio tried to go ahead, and it was intercepted by Doogie Lagore. Nicely passed. His defender is Nenadal, and he goes into the corner. Saucers a pass over to Scorpio, puck loose, and Novik will chip it to the right side where he's got some open ice to take it down low. Novik shoved to the boards, and it's in the corner, played off the glass by Keenan, and back out to center. Zizek got the pass from Campbell. He'll send it off the glass, allowing the defense to change. Curry and Allen on the ice now for the Lakers. Zizek shoves empty to the boards, and behind the net is Mitch Ferguson, goes DDD LeBron. And it chipped into the zone was Mara. Tyler Curry will have to chase after it as icing was waved off. Curry goes off the boards, and it's kept in at the line by MP. LeBlanc behind the net. Dishes it off for Zizek. He's met there by Mara, and the puck squirts loose to LeBlanc. He'll try to chip pass and go in after it himself, and it's swept away out of danger by Cam Russell. TDD pass, Carter Allen on the left side. He skates forward and sends a dump in on the opposite corner. Russell chases after it. Roman in, he checks him to the boards. Puck bouncing, and Bozio will clear it out to center. And Allen will send it back in, goes off of the skate as Salisbury flipped up and out of the zone, where it's taken there by Mara, and it's sending down deep. Pissarro chasing after the loose puck with Kyle Hartman. Pissarro off for Tyler Curry, and he goes up for Broman. Puck loose in the neutral zone, back into Oswego territory. Carter Allen's clearing attempt was intercepted by Kelly. Carter Allen being double teamed, and Broman is able to escape the zone. Partial 3-on-2, Broman in, Spink goes towards the net, Broman shoots, puck loose, and players go crashing into the net, and we'll get a whistle here, and the faceoff will come outside of the Geneseo end of the ice.
You know, favorable net getting knocked off its moorings for the Geneseo Ice Knights, as Oswego State had a 3-on-1 after Broman beats his man on the outside, and great save by McDonald. We get the replay here. You see Broman beating his man, and now just fires it across the net. Really good job by the other defenseman for the Geneseo Ice Knights, whose number I can't make out, but did a good job blocking the passing lane and forcing Broman to take a sharp angle shot.
Emerson won the faceoff, and the dump-in was blocked by Brendan Miller, but it's still in Geneseo's end as Emerson has it over at the right wing corner. And the pass over to the center of the net was intercepted, and back the other way come the Knights. Derek Brown took the puck. Molinaro trying to send it past Hartman, and he gets past, and he's in over the line. Molinaro takes a shot on the short side, and it was a little bit of an awkward save from McDonald, but he gets it anyhow.
Right, and I'm going to bring it up again, the height at 5'8", McDonald goes down into the butterfly, goes into that VH to protect the side of the post, and you see that couple inches there in which there's a bit of space for Molinaro to take the shot. Good save by McDonald, who was standing tall at just 5'8".
Oswego definitely doing their homework on the scouting report for Devin McDonald. And the faceoff is won by the Knights. Nenadal was there to meet him, and the puck was chipped back by Devin Campbell. Rink-wide pass finds Romano, and he'll send it in on his own end. Devin Campbell avoids a check from Schmid, and the slap shot off of the loose puck by Keenan goes wide. LeGrone sends it back down. Keenan there to meet it, and he puts on a shot, and it's easily gloved and held by Richer.
Good stop by Richer, who holds for the whistle. And the ice tonight has been a bit bouncier and not as great as we're used to We've seen some poor ice. The puck's been bouncing around. Of course, a couple of Lakers and Ice Knights have fallen, not only in the second period, but also in the first. So shorter passes and better, just better control of the puck. Don't make those long passes in which they could bounce over sticks.
And Zizek wins the faceoff, and it is sent around to LeBlanc. LeBlanc tried to spring Kirkby over at the blue line, and Novik will enter the zone. Novik nicely passed, but he's forced to the outside by the Knights. Novik back at the point for Carter Allen. Thought about a shot, eventually does, and it's blocked in the slot by Doogie Legrone. Zizek in the right wing corner. LeBlanc puts one towards the net. It goes off of the state of Tyson Empey. Behind the net, Kirkby looking for an outlet. At the point for Novik. Sounds into the face-off circle. LeBlanc's shot was redirected by Arthur Gordon, and Geneseo was able to clear it, but Novik sends it back down. Oswego has to tag up on the offside. Sent up the ice, and a nice check on Bozio was delivered by Tyson Kirkby. Novik waiting for reinforcements, and he'll start up on the right side. Tyson Kirkby skates ahead. He'll dump it in on the right side. Spink in after the puck. Double teaming the Knights. Broman off the bench, and he uses his speed to help out on the play. Spink and Broman. Passero moves in on goal, and it's loose at the line, and it's in! Anthony Passero, assisted on one of Travis Broman's goals earlier, gets one himself, and we're tied up again.
And what a huge goal by Passero. Doing an excellent job of it, was picking up Kirkby, who manages to dump it into the zone, and that fourth line goes to work. As we await the replay, that fourth line doing a great job keeping possession, and here it is. Travis Broman cuts the net, 1, 2, third chance, and it finally goes in over the outstretched leg of Devin McDonald as he goes up just above the pad of McDonald, who really had no chance. And the Geneseo Ice Knights caught puck watching up until Passero cuts right to the net, and at that point, it's just too late. Tie game here at the Marano Campus Ice Arena.
25th point on the year for Anthony Passero, and we have an exciting game here on our hands between the top teams in Division III hockey. Tied at 3 with just over 15 minutes to go in this middle frame of play. The Geneseo Knights will have to chase after it. Chris Perna intercepts, and it's tipped into the zone by Henry Cleghorn. Cleghorn checks Christopher Brunn over in the right wing corner. It's won by the Lakers. Emerson tries to clear the zone, and Ryan Burnett found an open ice in the slot, and back the other way come the Lakers. Joseph Molinaro, Tyler Curry shoots, and it's swallowed up by Devin McDonald.
And that's a great save by McDonald on the 3-on-2. And when you're playing against a top team like Geneseo, your defense needs to get active, and that's what Tyler Curry does there on the 3-on-2 rush. And he adds that second and third element of offense on the 3-on-2 rush when you're able to drop it back to a trailing defenseman.
Scorpio lost the faceoff to Keenan, but a 2-on-2 battle ensues in the corner that Legrone will come away with. Legrone out to center. Legrone springs number 22 Schmid over, and behind the net, in the corner is Nenadal trying to escape the zone. Schmid overlooks his options, and his pass is intercepted by Nenadal. Pushing and shoving in front of the net, Pelnick dealing with Keenan, no penalties called, and Scorpio in over the line. His shot was blocked by the frame of Legrone, and it goes into the right wing corner. Cameron Berry shoved to the boards by Schmid. Puck squirts loose, and the Knights will skate ahead. Schmid eats a hit from Carter Allen, and Derek Brown will spring Emerson back the other way. Molinaro, nice move to cut towards the slot, and Brown takes the shot. It's loose in the blue paint, and it's swept to the side by Anthony Mara. Great chance there for the Oswego State Lakers, and they're back on defense as Mitch Emerson in the corner. Derek Brown chasing after the puck with Empey, and Devin Campbell with the puck behind the net. Up for Brown. Shot at the point by Cam Russell, saved by Riche, and he'll get a nice ovation from the students here in the campus center.
Yeah, a couple good saves here in the second period, but a game that we were not expecting. As you said, Pat, earlier in the broadcast, we were expecting a lower scoring game than 3-3, with Devin McDonald giving up 3 goals, something extremely shocking. And here's the one-timer by Curry, who gets the shot on the 3-on-2. Sliding down is Kyle Hartman, and a great stop by Devin McDonald, who's able to make the save.
Ahead is Zizek. He couldn't handle the pass in the neutral zone, but it's cleared all the way down on the wrong side of the red line, and icing is called. Offensive zone face-off coming up to the left of Devin McDonald with 13 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Anthony Pissarro knocks this game up at 3.
Yeah, now we've got that Pissarro line, that fourth line, that scored all 3 goals for the Lakers so far, as they're going to try to generate some offense off face-off.
And they won the face-off back to Jeff Solo, and he'll send it around for Tanner Spink on the forecheck. Broman chasing after the loose puck, and it comes behind net. Spink trying to get around. He's pressed on by 3 defenders, and Bozio will escape the zone. Novik, D-to-D pass with Jeff Solo on the right side. Chipped ahead to Pissarro, and he'll send it in. Travis Broman chasing after the puck. Cam Russell makes a play, and the puck finds its way back into the center of the ice, where Tyler Curry will send a pass up for Broman. Drops it off for Spink. Spink, Broman shoots. Stick save McDonald. Spink on the backhand pass. He eats a check, and Pissarro is held to the boards. Broman dealing with it. And we're going to get a penalty here, and it's coming up against Oswego. And Tanner Spink not happy with the call, but he'll skate towards the penalty box, and it's going to be a cross-check.
Yeah, it looked like a hit from behind, and a cross-check was definitely the right call as we got the replay here. Or a replay of the scoring chance for the Lakers. Near Spink, passing it down low to Broman. Great stick save by Devin McDonald. And you talk about hockey IQ, Broman blocking McDonald's vision. He can't see where the puck is. So when he makes that turn, McDonald doesn't know who has the puck, and a great save, great positional save by McDonald on the chance.
So Geneseo goes back to the power play, which Colin Keenan connected for the Geneseo Knights. They're 1-for-1. Legrone playing catch with his defensive partner, and it goes down low. Campion overlooking his options, looking for a lane. He goes back to the point, and the shot was saved by Richer. I don't even think he knew that he came up with the save. One of those situations where you just close the pads and hope you have it.
Yeah, he just got a piece of that. And earlier in the play, they're looking for Tyson Empey on the back door. So Oswego State's got to do a good job getting those passing lanes, trying to maybe collapse a little bit closer to the net, as you do not want, and you cannot afford to get one of those passes in tight.
1 minute and 39 seconds to go in this minor penalty, and Legrone will send it down low. Devin Campbell later meet it. He backhands a pass where it's met by Romano. At the point for Legrone, puck pops up into the air. High stick waved off, and it's saved at the point. Legrone down low for Empey, and the clearing attempt by Emerson goes the length of the ice.
Yeah, that's a huge clear for the Lakers.
Molinaro pressing Ferguson on, and Ferguson will carry it into the offensive zone. Ferguson drops a pass off that's intercepted by Molinaro, who sends it the length of the ice with a minute to go in the minor penalty to Spink. Legrone swinging up on the left side. 3 Lakers in his vicinity, and they go back to Empey. Long pass finds Romano at the point. And it's taken again by Empey. Legrone, Ferguson, deflection in front, blocked by the big frame of Christopher Braun. And here comes Cameron Berry back the other way on a short-handed try! And a pad save by McDonald. He was going the other way. What a save by McDonald.
Yeah, and a great stop by McDonald. And Cameron Berry lucky not to get a tripping call there, as he just outstretches and almost knocks over the Geneseo defenseman.
Carter Allen, a little bit of a forecheck here on the penalty kill, and 2-on-2 back the other way. Nice move by Ferguson to shake off his defender, and the shot by Salisbury was saved by Richer.
And now I believe we've got a save by McDonald on the Cameron Berry breakaway. And what's so impressive on the opportunity is Berry's leaning to the right the entire way, but then sneaks in a backhand, and McDonald does a great job stretching over with the blocker to just knock the puck out, and leaves a big rebound. But the Lakers on the breakaway and on the penalty kill didn't have a second forward coming in.
Schmid's shot off the faceoff goes wide, and it's cleared by the Lakers, which will do it for that power play. They're 1-for-1 on the day, to a nice ovation by the Oswego State crowd. Back in is Hartman. He cuts towards the net, and a great poke check by Campbell, and a long pass didn't find Pissarro. It was close, and they're going to call this icing.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. The fan's not too happy about it, but Pissarro had a bad angle on it, and Geneseo had a step or two. not much to complain from over there.
And as we typically see with this hybrid icing system is ties go to the defender and the face-off will come back inside Oswego's end of the ice. Cleghorn drawing against Pissarro. Cleghorn won the face-off back to Campion, who chips it down low. Loose puck, chipped at by Jeff Solo, and Zizek pounces on it. He'll transition back the other way and send it off the boards. Zizek and Campbell will go off for a change. Novick and Broman back out there. Solo off the boards, down low for Pissarro. Novick at the left point. Broman skates towards the slot and he goes down. One-timer, Solo! It's loose in front and finds its way into the corner. Pissarro might have gotten a touch on it. And Campion has the puck in his own end. Spink forcing Campion to recoil. Both teams in midst of a change. Errant pass almost intercepted by Broman. And Kelly will enter the zone. Emerson with the bank pass off the end. Brown with the puck. And Brown sends it to the right side for Mitch Emerson. Nice poke check by, it looked like Brent Tyson Empey to keep the Lakers from entering the zone.
Yeah, a much tighter checking game here in the second period.
Yeah, we had a lot of end-to-end action. Now neither team can find their way into the end of the ice, and the dump in by Novick goes off of what looked to be the mask of Carson Kelly. He looks to be okay.
We'll get a replay here on that opportunity for the Lakers. Novick with the shot, or Solo with the shot, excuse me. And a slight deflection, but a great job by McDonald stretching out to make the save last second. And
it looked like Kyle Hartman of the Knights actually deflected that one. Face-off won by the Knights. Legrone. Dump in blocked by the stick of Barry. Carter Allen takes it behind net. In front was Keenan, and he goes wide, high on the shot.
He had a good chance. I'd like to see him get that on net if you're the Geneseo Knights.
Schmid looking for a lane. Carter Allen shoves him up the puck. Given away to Schmid. Schmid with the shot. Out in front. Big rebound. And Keenan couldn't get to it in time. And Cameron Berry will block it and send it off the glass and out of the zone. Scorpio chasing after the puck, and it will go far enough for an icing as it's going to come back towards David Richer.
Yeah, and Richer on that chance, way out of position on the rebound, but a great job by the Lakers and Cameron Berry to stop the Ice Knights just long enough so Richer can get back into position. And if you're the defense for the Lakers early in that play, you've got to get the clear if you're Carter Allen. And here's the play, and Richer way out of his net. Cameron Berry doing a good job chasing down that puck.
7 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in this middle frame of play. Game tied at 3. Shots 13-10 unofficially in favor of Geneseo. Tyler Curry over in the right wing corner. Puck is loose. Carter Allen and Empey chase after it. And it's sent the length of the ice by Nenadal, which will go down for another icing against the Lakers.
And then Nenadal didn't look too happy. It looked like he either believed he got off the stick of a Geneseo player or was looking for his teammate. But again, a sloppy pass, and now the Lakers, second time in a row, which they can't clear their own zone, either leads to a scoring chance or, in this case, an icing. So Oswego State's got to do a better job with the puck in their own zone.
Face-off won by the Knights. It's sent down low where Curry is there to meet it, and LeBlanc has some time and space to exit the zone. Scorpio back the other way, and he'll just send it in so Oswego can get that line change that they needed, and Devin McDonald will cover up.
And this is a chance for the Lakers here to try to generate some offense. So far in this second period, you probably won the ice battle. With the last couple shifts, it's been all Geneseo, as Oswego State can't get out of their own way and clear the zone efficiently.
Official shots on goal, we're now being told, is 16-12 in favor of Geneseo. A much closer game than we saw in that first period of play. Pissarro lost the face-off, and it's sent off the glass, but kept in at the line by Pelnick. It would have probably been a hand pass anyway, as it's waved off, and Aaron McKay will enter the zone. Christopher Brunn loses a tire, but he's able to give it to Spink. And it's taken away by Empey. Empey takes the shot. He fans on it. And Pissarro will spink back the other way. Spink. Hartman takes it. Mara, and a hard hit in the corner. And Hartman is slow to, it looks like Hartman, is slow to get up. And we're going to get a penalty here against Tanner Spink. This is not what you want to see if you're Oswego State. We've seen many 5-minute majors take place here in the Marano Campus Center, and it looks like the referees are going to speak about this one.
Yeah, and that was a hard hit. I believe Travis Broman's the one that laid the hit, despite it, Spink being there as well. And I don't think this is a 5-minute major. It looked maybe like a late interference call, if anything, but a good clean check that sent Kyle Hartman on his rear end, and it looked like he might have caught his tailbone on the boards as well, which might be causing some of the pain.
Either way, we do know that the NCAA is very strict when it comes to late hits and contact near the area of the boards. We've seen them make this call more often than not, and this is a major turning point for the Oswego State Lakers. Yeah. Broman sitting in the box. We'll see if he stays there, and let's take a replay of that hit.
And here he comes in pretty late, and I think that's clean through the body. It maybe clips him a little bit up high on the head, but that's not the main point of contact. But again, as you said, Pat, NCAA, especially in Division III, is much stricter and a lot less, and there's really no tolerance for late and high hits. Kyle Hartman going into the training room, in the locker room, I should say, of the Ice Knights. We'll have to wait to see if he comes back out of that tunnel.
Like you said, it didn't look like the principal point of contact was the head, and it looks like the referees have made a decision. They're allowed to use instant replay, but it doesn't. They're not equipped to look at this play, so the referee's decision, and it's going to be a 5-minute major and a game misconduct against Travis Broman, and he'll get the gate on this game.
Yeah, and it looks like Broman's still staying there, but as we saw, it was Mara for Geneseo waving 5 fingers across to his bench as we wait and we see. I lost Broman in the.
Broman is still in the penalty box, so no game misconduct yet.
5 minutes on the board here. So either way, this is a huge kill for the Lakers, and possibly an even bigger loss if you lose Broman to this 5-minute major and presumably a game misconduct. And he's still in there. I think that it might just be a plain 5-minute major, which I haven't seen too much of or at all.
Not at all this year. Every single 5-minute major that we've seen has led to an ejection, and that's what Geneseo's head coach Chris Schultz is yelling at the referees about, and it doesn't look like he's done with them yet. But he'll have to regress, but Ed Gosick is talking to the referees now.
Right, but usually if it's 5 minutes, I believe it's also a game misconduct, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here with the referees. I know you're our NCAA rules expert, Pat, so do you know of this type of situation going down?
I haven't seen anything like this in the casebook. We'll certainly have to see what the call actually is, as we have not gotten anything on live stats or here in the Marano Campus Center yet.
And really, if this is a game misconduct, this is a huge loss for the Lakers. Not only is a 5-minute major penalty that they have to kill off, in which Geneseo could score as many times as they want, but also you're losing Travis Broman if he is indeed on the game misconduct. And it looks like he's sitting there in the box, but still, Travis Broman with 2 goals, really, and I believe the second penalty he's taken tonight. Not a penalty you want to take.
We'll have to wait for the Voice of Public Address announcer, Dan Kapusinski, to provide us information on what the call actually was. But no matter what, Oswego has to kill off a very long power play here, and it begins now. Legrone has the puck at the point, and we're going to get the call here in the campus center as Ferguson has it over at the left point. It's going to be an interference major. It looks like Travis Broman will stay in the game, but Molinaro comes back the other way on a shorthanded try. Great poke check by Legrone ends that chance. Long pass ahead, Christopher Brunn takes the puck off of Empey. 2-on-1, Brunn on the loose puck, taken by Empey. Chip to Romano behind net. Puck squirts loose, Molinaro. Carter Allen has some time to backhand the puck, and it's saved at the point by Ferguson, who shoots, and Riche couldn't get the glove on it. Loose puck, rebound, and it's swept away. Legrone, Empey, Ferguson. Slot, and Empey couldn't get the shot on the doorstep. What a missed chance by Geneseo. And it's sent out of the zone by Oswego State.
And Empey had a wide open net. That is a yawning cage that frankly he's going to want that one back. And another big hit here.
Romano is shoved to the boards by Carter Allen, drawing cheers from this Oswego State crowd. And up come the Knights. Gordon Russell in over the line. Campion. It's cleared out by Devin Campbell. And Salisbury back in. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this major penalty. Mara in with Campbell. Nenadal shoves Mara to the boards. Back of the point for Salisbury. DDD pass, Gordon. Nenadal chasing after Gordon, and he'll have to send it around the boards. Pass out into the center of the ice. Nenadal couldn't clear it. Right side. Schmid. Point for Russell. Russell gets it back. Salisbury looking for a lane to shoot in. Russell, left side, shoots, blocked, and cleared out by Zizek.
There's a big screen on David Richer. So for the Lakers' sake, they're lucky not to have a shot go near Richer on that opportunity, as he could not find the puck.
Salisbury up for Mara. Sends it to the right side for Schmid. And it's cleared out of the zone by Jeff Solo with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the major penalty to Broman. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Ahead is Legrone. He'll have to send a pass back. Ferguson gives it to Empey. Empey enters the zone. Right side, driving down low. Carter Allen checks him. Legrone gets it back at the point. Ferguson. Legrone. And it's tipped into the slot and easily covered by Richer.
And the crowd is really getting into this game here with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left on the penalty kill. And here's a replay of the opportunity for the Geneseo Ice Knights. And a big save by Richer, and is able to just swat the rebound away. And really a great opportunity, as he couldn't find the puck, but just gets a glove on it and swats it out of the way. And the Geneseo Ice Knights a little sloppy entering the zone, and Oswego State doing a great job staying them up at the blue line.
Zizek won the face-off for a moment, but the Knights take it back. Legrone dishes it to Romano on the left side, and it's swept away from the stick of Colin Keenan. Legrone, Ferguson. Nobody in front of Richer right now as Ferguson shoots, and it's intercepted by Devin Campbell, and he'll skate it ahead, wasting time just to allow the Lakers to complete a change, and Legrone starts back the other way. Serpico sends it to an open point where no one is there, and Cameron Berry gets a stick up into the midsection of Empey. Lucky not to get a slashing call, but it's sent out with 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Yeah, and a huge kill for the Lakers, 1 minute 15 left on it, and you can just feel the momentum swinging if Oswego State is able to kill this off.
Legrone taking his time on this rush. Eats a hidden, and it's given away to Pelnick as it looked like Schoen was down. And backhand shot, Molinaro scores! Molinaro short-handed, Oswego with their first lead of the game.
And what a play by Charlie Pelnick, the junior out of Cary, North Carolina. Not the most offensively gifted, but able to pick up the puck, make a quick move to his backhand, beat a defender, and go 2-on-1. And you just see the euphoria in Oswego State. Here's the replay with the pass to Molinaro, backhand, pass McDonald who wants it back, and a great play by Charlie Pelnick, the defenseman, to pick up his first point of the season in his 9th game.
You can really feel the energy here in the Marano Campus Center. And it looks like the referees are actually going to chat about this. We have no idea what a potential call would be, but whatever the call is, they're giving the information to the captains right now, and it looks like Oswego State will get the goal as Mara looks incensed with the referees.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, there's really not much there to be upset about. Maybe an offside call, but I don't believe that's reviewable in Division III hockey, and I think that's onside either way. Because Charlie Pelnick doesn't make his move to the backhand until he crosses the blue line completely. That's just a great play by Charlie Pelnick.
We can
And Molinaro, good job as well.
We can try to get another look at this goal. If we can't get it in the immediate future, you can definitely catch it with Luke Owens and the crew and the intermission report coming up in just a couple minutes. And Oswego State has their first lead of the game, but they still have three-quarters of a minute of power play time to kill off. Salisbury. Starting up with it now is Arthur Gordon. Gordon takes it into the zone. He'll skate over to the right side. It's poke check by Campbell and sent out by Nenadal.
20 seconds left on the kill, and it's one last rush here for the Knights.
And Scorpio will send it back down. Will Campion on this last rush. Cam Russell ahead, and it's tipped in by Joe Serpico. And Scorpio will take it out of the zone. Oswego State kills off the Travis Broman major penalty, and Broman will put on Scorpio puts on the backhanded shot that is saved by McDonald. And just listen to this Oswego State crowd.
And we've got a goal here, the replay of the goal here as we waited. Really just a bad play for Geneseo. A player takes a spill. Here's Charlie Pelnick cutting into the zone. That backhand move right there, and everyone's clearly onside, so it must have been something else. But Molinaro on the backhand. A deceptive shot is the backhand tool for Molinaro, and he gets his 5th goal in about 5 games.
It could be the play that was in the neutral zone where it looked like from our vantage point they just lost an edge. But either way, Oswego State has the lead with just over a minute left in this second period of play. Shots still in favor of the Geneseo Knights, 18-13 as Tanner Spink brings it back into the Geneseo territory. He loses the puck. Passero is in to help him out. Spink gets it back. Spink over the left side. Backhands a pass out into the slot where it's intercepted by Perna. Spink gives an elbow to Perna, but no penalty is called on that play. Campbell overlooking his options. Long pass finds Brown. They're in onside, and he chips it down low for Mitch Emerson. Keenan in after the puck. Molinaro is there. 2-on-2 scrum. Players going down. The aggression level of this game clearly rising as both teams are fighting for big SUNYAC points. Puck squirts loose. Derek Brown chips it down low. Brown and Emerson look for an outlet, and Molinaro will find open ice. Tried to center one, and it goes off of the skate of Legrone, and Geneseo will escape the zone. Romano up. Emerson's pass goes off of Schmid with 15 seconds to go in the second period. Brown plays it off the glass, just looking to see this one out. Nenadal and Molinaro go after it. Devin Campbell will take it back into the zone in no hurry to make a play, and Oswego State will go into the locker room up by 1 on senior day.
Yeah, and just listen to this crowd here saluting their team to a standing ovation. And what a turnaround from the first period, in which Oswego State was pretty lucky to keep it close. Of course, the score was 3-2 after 20. Now 4-3, a much better period by the Lakers, and it shows with their lead.
And it looks like the Lakers and the Knights are not done with whatever led to that goal, as they're still in conversation. Clearly it wasn't offside.
Perhaps a tripping or something in the middle of the ice, as you saw that Geneseo Ice Knight on the ground trying to make the play when Pelnick picks it up. But that's something that there was no Laker around him, so I'm not quite sure what they're complaining about. Might be the refs talking to them, saying, guys, take it back a little bit, because there's been a lot of physicality. Campion with a couple of stick checks and cross checks on Molinaro in the corner boards to end the period.
Both teams not done with the referees, but we will come back with the second intermission report with Luke Owens and the crew here on WTOP 10 with highlights and analysis. Oswego State gets the lead off a Molinaro shorthanded goal on Hockey Night.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome into the second intermission report as Oswego State has taken a 4-3 lead on the Geneseo Knights, and one of the guys that was very important in that period was Joey Molinaro, and our James Catato, our sideline reporter, has more in an interview with Molinaro.
Joseph Molinaro, and Joseph, you were down a man for 5 minutes. I don't think anyone thought you were going to be able to keep them out of the net, but you were able to score a shorthanded goal. Is that one of the biggest goals you scored in your career?
Yeah, definitely the biggest goal here for sure yet. Unbelievable feeling. I mean, it shows the character of our team. We kept battling and went through it.
And what do you guys have to do in the third period to be able to hold off this pesky Geneseo team?
I think we just got to keep attacking them, not let them come to us. We got to keep going to them and make them make mistakes, honestly.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks a lot.
Back to you guys.
And thank you, James. And that goal was a big one for Molinaro, but it wasn't the only goal for Oswego in the period. Actually, Dillon's player to watch, Anthony Passero, had a goal that tied the game before eventually taking that lead.
Definitely, it was a big period for Oswego. They dominated the entire time, and getting back to even early was a big deal. You can see it right here, and this is just, here we go, right here. That's Cam Berry. He had an opportunity here, almost on the power play, almost had the first short-handed goal. They did a great job in that one. And definitely continuing a good job on defense right here. And the goals were just phenomenal, and a great job by Oswego. And their first 3 goals was big, getting right in front of McDonald, getting in his face, and that's what really led to the goals.
Yeah, those first 3 goals, they pounded that point home. We're just getting in front of the net, disrupting him. And I thought, especially in that third goal, they did a really good job of it, and that tied the game.
Yeah, what you saw in the first period, they were right. It was Broman right in front of the net, beating the goalkeeper. The third goal was Passero on his own rebound, getting it in front of the net. No one home for Geneseo. And then finally, on the short-handed goal, it was just Molinaro out skating everyone in a backhanded shot.
Yeah, and on the other side for Geneseo, it's Devin McDonald's been struggling. 4 goals allowed. And the last time Geneseo even allowed 3 goals, it was back on January 5th in a 4-3 win against Nazareth. And guys, what have you seen from McDonald that maybe is uncharacteristic tonight?
Well, that last goal, that 4th one from Molinaro, was one that really stood out to me as a goal that he does not give up. I mean, that's a really good shot by Molinaro, don't get me wrong, but a goal like that is not something he gives up very often. And if you notice, all 4 of the goals so far today for Oswego have been on the glove side.
Yeah, definitely beating the glove side. He needs to just be in better position. He's gotten caught out of position a couple of times. For me, the biggest thing, stay in position, stay calm. You're one of the best goalies in the SUNYAC. You need to remember that for the third period.
It's not just Devin McDonald that gets it done, though, for that Geneseo defense in front of him that has even a few D1 transfers. And how does their defense maybe need to play a little bit differently? You know, when McDonald's struggling in net, you want your defense to maybe set the table a little bit better in front of them. And they've been a little bit out of whack with some pucks in that second period.
Well, I definitely think the biggest thing for me is that they need to do a better job, just like Oswego needed to do in the first period. They need to cover the slot a little bit better, not allow their skaters to get right on McDonald. They've really struggled with that so far.
Yeah, I mean, for me, watching the first and the second period, there was a huge difference in Oswego's game, and that was because in the first period, Geneseo did a really good job of limiting those slot chances, those chances in front, and in the second period, it was pretty much open season, and I thought Oswego took advantage of that. They had a lot better period.
Definitely.
And here in MCC tonight, it's not the whiteout game, but it has been rocking, and especially we were talking about it watching the game on that penalty kill, that 5-minute major from Travis Broman they killed off. It seemed like every puck they cleared was almost as loud as the eventual goal by Joey Molinaro.
Well, we talked about it right at the beginning of it. About halfway through the penalty kill, we were like, if they kill this penalty, it may be as big of a goal. Turns out they get a shorthanded goal, and they got a standing ovation from this Oswego crowd after they killed off the penalty and then after the period, and they deserved it. They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the loudest I've ever heard this place, and it's well-deserved because I thought that was a really, really good period.
And one guy we have to touch on once again in this second period intermission is Travis Broman, the freshman. He had 2 goals so far tonight, but he also has 2 penalties, one of them being that 5-minute major. Luckily for the Lakers, it didn't end up hurting them, but guys, there has to be a point where, you know, you have to sit down Broman and say, hey, the goals are nice, but maybe cut back a little bit on the penalty minutes.
Well, he definitely needs to stay relaxed. I think maybe those 2 goals got him a little excited, and that interference penalty, that really could have been costly. After the first goal on the power play that they gave up, they've done a much better job on the penalty kill, but they can't keep going into the box.
Absolutely. And that is all the time we have for the moment on this second intermission report. But when we come back, we'll take a look at how David Richet's been playing for the Lakers so far. Stay tuned on WTOP 10 as the Lakers lead 4-3 after 2.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
It's taste, not toast.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Welcome back to the second intermission report here on WTOP 10 with the Lakers leading 4-3. I'm your host, Luke Owens, once again joined by Brian Rudman and Dylan McGlynn. And guys, we talked a lot last block about how McDonald has struggled a little bit, but on the other side for the Lakers, David Richet really stepped it up in that second period.
Yeah, Richet has been phenomenal tonight. You can take a couple looks here. A great save here. He's really been good in the first period. The 3 goals, really, I thought the defense let him down. He's been really good this entire night.
Yeah, I wouldn't pin any of those 3 goals on him back in the first period. I thought the defense really stepped up and played a lot better in the second. Richet just kept doing what he's doing, and I think they just got to keep it going.
Yeah, and you can see here, he's doing a great job blocking the puck, and then on the rebound, he's moving to the rebound, not allowing any rebound goals. He's done a great job moving throughout his crease, staying in front of the puck. He's done a great job so far.
And guys, I gotta ask after that the pregame with Richet's words, is he backing up his words maybe, or maybe were his words a little bit true about McDonald on the other end?
Well, I definitely think he's backing it up. He's played phenomenally so far, in my opinion. Even the 3 goals, I thought the defense let him down. but in the second period, he was outstanding.
Yeah, and I will tell you this about McDonald. I think Richer certainly has a point, because when you get a team that's this good, he's got 4 straight shutouts. You know he's not facing a lot of high-scoring opportunities. So when you get to the game like this against a team that generates a lot, I see how the adjustment from a teams like Portland to this game can be difficult.
Yeah, and Richer wasn't the only help for the Lakers of keeping the puck out of the net. Their defense stepped up big time in that second period after a couple of mistakes in that first period. So what did we see out of that Lakers defense that changed in the second period, especially killing off 2 penalties, one of them being a major?
Well, the two biggest things that I saw was blocking shots. They did a great job with that. And then also covering the slot. We talked about it in the first intermission. They did a poor job in the first period. Covering the slot allowed a lot of men to get to the right in front of Richer. But they did a great job, especially on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I really like the movement of their forwards up top on the penalty kill. They do a really good job of just hovering in the middle, not going too far one way or the other, so nobody really gets a great scoring chance. So I like to see more of that.
And Oswego State with 2 unanswered goals to take the 4-3 lead, and the crowd getting into it, everyone kind of getting into it here. But maybe if you're the Lakers, do you know, take a step back, calm down, stay in control of your game, because there's still 20 minutes of hockey to go.
Well, I think whatever you did in the first intermission, if you're at Gosek, you got to say the same thing. You got to say, continue to do what you're doing. If you're Richer, you need to stay calm. You need to continue to cover up those rebounds. On the defensive side, get in the slot. But then on the offensive side, continue to dominate puck possession. I thought they did a great job in that second period dominating the puck play.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm at Gosek, when I get into the locker room, I know, you know, the mood in there, they're probably bumping, they're probably up here, but I'm trying to bring them even keel. But I'm saying at the same time, you know, they're the heavy favorite in this game. Look at the score right now. Oswego is winning this game. They have the ability to win. So if I'm Gosek, I'm stressing that. Just play your game and don't let them take advantage of mistakes.
Real quick, I'm going to put you guys on the spot here. Who needs to step up for Oswego State in the third period?
I mean, I would love to see Cam Barry step up again. He's on the first line tonight. It's his senior night. I think he could be someone to look for. He had an opportunity on the break there in the second period, couldn't convert it, but we've seen in this last couple weekends, he's had opportunities. I'm just waiting for him to put one away.
My bold prediction here, Luke, Travis Broman finishes the hat trick in this period.
I love it, Dylan, I love it, and that's going to do it for our second intermission report, but stay tuned because after the break, we'll have an exciting third period as Oswego State leads 4-3. You're watching here on WTOP 10.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Linear Connect. Absolutely, you know, Dan Kane, you know, this is his second year, have at least one shot. But communicate and just, you have to go back to the basics. Absolutely wrong, because
right now 1-2 in the SUNY action. If you can win both of those games,
sick and tired, Brandon.
If the other team can win 1 point, take advantage of it.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. Just give me the 1-0 lead, all right?
No.
Or watching Laker Connections.
Connections here on WTOP 10.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey guys, I think I'm a little shiny. Can someone help with that, please?
So you ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you know you're gonna start off the show like suspended from the ceiling, right? So you're all set with that. So yeah, just remember everything else we talked about and make sure you follow the prompter.
I mean, don't I always?
No, just do what we talked about, okay?
Alright, no problem. Let's go!
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
and welcome back in this crucial SUNYAC matchup between the Geneseo Knights and the Oswego State Lakers. Getting set for third period puck drop. Matt Watling alongside me, and I'm Patrick Machado. Our own James Catato got an interview with Devin Campbell's loved ones.
Thanks, guys. I am here with Devin Campbell's girlfriend. Thanks, guys. I'm here with Devin Campbell's girlfriend and Devin Campbell's friends. And guys, Devin is having an amazing game. What do you guys think of the game so far?
Playing great, playing great. You just need to get pucks deep, get pucks on net, and we'll do great, boys.
He's just coming hard. Devin, he plays a simple game. He sticks to what he knows, and he's breaking bodies out there. It's unbelievable. Really
amazing. Honestly, the whole team is playing great. They're going to win tonight. I know it.
What do you guys think that they have to do to beat this Geneseo side?
Oh, man, they just got to keep working hard, Just get in there.
Keep things simple. Get pucks deep, pucks to the net. You just got to keep working 4 lines hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to keep them going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pucks in deep, pucks line hard. Devin Campbell, everybody. Devin Campbell.
All right, go Campbell. Back to you guys.
Thank you, James. His family obviously very excited to be here for his final regular season matchup here in the Murano Campus Center. It's just great to see something like that amidst all the stress of the end of season.
Yeah, and of course, his cousins and his friends had to throw in a couple of hockey cliches there, getting in deep. As of course, Devin Campbell loves his cliches.
And of course, with the whole family being based in Ontario, hockey a big part of their lives since they were all young. But let's take a look at the Oswego goals in that period, starting with Pacero's goal unassisted.
Yeah, the Pacero goal, really an impressive one. He starts along the boards, and you see him come across here. Spink does a good job tying up. Broman stick lifts, gets it over Pacero. 1, 2, and 3. The third chance finally goes in. And a great play by both Broman and Spink to tie up their men and give Pacero the chance to cut to the net, really just without any hesitation. And here, as you see, the Geneseo Golden Knight on the ground, they were arguing that there was a bit of a penalty on Molinaro, but Pelnick cuts in here, gets it over to Molinaro, who slowly and surely gets over to his backhand, and the backhand's in a deceptive shot, which McDonald cannot control or really can't tell where the puck's coming from or going.
Yeah, it looks like what the argument was, as our colleagues over at WNYO noticed, is on the far side of the blue line. It looked like Mitch Emerson might have interfered with a Geneseo Knight. Let's take another look at this to see if we can see in the frame. And it doesn't look like we have the play behind the goal.
Right, but still, nonetheless, a really impressive goal, as Pelnick, not known for his offensive capabilities, but does a great job cutting to the net and creating time and space for Molinaro to cut down that open wing. And you just see how happy Molinaro is, ecstatic to pick up the lead, shorthanded nonetheless. And what an opportunity, and what a 5-minute kill by the Lakers shorthanded. And that's something that they really needed to do, and Geneseo just looked sloppy on that penalty kill.
What did Geneseo have to do to take the lead here? Obviously, this is a very even matchup between two very even teams. So it's going to come down to the smaller things, but what do you think?
I think you got to limit the mistakes in your own zone and do a better job cutting to the front of the net and getting outside your own zone, because Oswego State did a really good job keeping Geneseo in their own zone. The forecheck was firing on all cylinders for the Lakers, and Geneseo didn't play a terrible period. They really didn't. They just had a couple of miscues, a lot like the Lakers did in that first period. So it's whoever comes out strong in the first couple of shifts, the first 5 minutes or so of this period, you've got to set the tone and really dominate the puck and make sure you're keeping it a neutral zone trap for the Lakers with this 1-goal lead. Play a 1-3-1 through the neutral zone. Try to force Geneseo to the outside and not let Geneseo really generate much offense on the rush.
Now, if you take a look at the breakdown of scoring by period, we've been talking about this all season. Oswego typically has their worst period in the middle frame, but progressively gets better, scoring more over the course of the game. Geneseo, on the other hand, is on a downtrend, having their best period in the first, scoring 43 goals and only 29 on the season in the third. And if you take a look across the bench, Chris Schultz still not done with the referees.
Right, and just going back to that goal differential situation here for Geneseo, they score so many goals in the first couple periods, so they don't need to score that many in the third when they're up 2-3 goals. So that's true, they don't score a lot in that third period, but they haven't been in this situation this often. In fact, after 2, they've only trailed after 2 once. So this is new territory for them. And either way, win or lose, this is great experience for both these teams heading into the SUNYAC playoffs and hopefully further down the line in the national title chase, as both teams are top 5 in the nation.
And it looks like there is a rut in the center of the ice. Linesman taking some snowpack that is built up on the edges, trying to seal that down. That could be what the conversation over at the bench was. Looks like the referees are satisfied, and we begin this third period of play. Face-off won by the Lakers. Barry chipped it in, and it's sent out of the zone by Geneseo. Icing waved off at the last second. Campbell, with a little bit of a miscue, gives the puck back over to the Knights. Schmid in the corner. Put it out front for Romano, and the shot was sticked aside by Richer. Nenadol pounces on the loose puck. Sent it over the left side for Scorpio. And Scorpio takes a shot, and the defender, Ferguson, loses it, sticking out in front. Dangerous chance goes wide.
McDonald looks surprised that Scorpio takes that shot on the wraparound there.
Novick in after the puck. Geneseo escapes the zone. Romano flips it out. There was a little bit of a change in the Geneseo end. And Zizek ahead for Kirkby. And it's saved by McDonald. And a 2-on-1 back the other way. A partial Shen forced to the outside. Great defensive recovery by LeBlanc.
Yeah, and Carter Allen was beat hard there, so a good job by LeBlanc getting back to avoid the 2-on-1.
Kirkby couldn't clear the zone, but he keeps it near the point. Kirkby down, and it squirts out of the blue line. And it's going to be a hand pass against Geneseo. And let's take a look at that last chance.
On the chance here, and as we see it, cuts in, a great pass, and for Geneseo, good job picking up that loose rebound as the Lakers had a guy a step or two behind them. So a really good job for Geneseo clearing the slot and clearing that second and third chance opportunities, because McDonald, he's looked okay in the couple of saves he's made, but a little bit uncomfortable.
Geneseo won the faceoff. Cam Russell sends it in. Empey got a deflection off of it, and Tyler Curry will chip it just outside the point, and Spink gets the puck. Spink, Pissarro on the left side. Spink passes the defender, centers for Pissarro, and he couldn't get the shot off. Great chance in front for Broman, looking for the hat trick. Pad save McDonald. Oswego State with some nice looks on goal, and it's played off the glass but kept in by Pissarro, but it's going to be a hand pass, and it will come back out to the neutral zone.
And on that play by Spink on the 2-on-1, a great job getting around the sliding defender, and you'll see it right here. Cuts to the back, an old toe drag, and just gets the puck around Pissarro, who cannot pick it up. And here on the second chance of the shift for that fourth line is Roman out in front. Great one-time save by Devin McDonald, the goaltender for Geneseo.
Brown loses his glove, but he picks it back up in time to pressure the puck carrier, and in on goal is Cleghorn. His shot goes wide, and it's sent back around for Chris Perna. Brendan Miller is there with Emerson. Emerson's clearing attempt doesn't go as further than the half wall. Emerson picks up the loose puck and starts out. Derek Brown on the left wing. Molinaro darts towards the net, and the pass was just outside of his reach. Solo puts one on net, and Emerson got a deflection in front for Brown. And his deke, he lost the puck trying to deke out McDonald. Solo retrieves the puck and gives it to Pelnick. Goes to the right side. Derek Brown plays it off the boards off a bank pass. Molinaro in over the line. Molinaro forced to the right wing corner. Scorpio pressuring the puck carrier, and it's taken out by Joe Serpico. Campbell takes over. Novick has the puck. Backhands a pass kept in by Kelly, and it's sticked aside by David Richer. Shot from the point by Legron. Goes up into the protective netting for a face-off.
It looked like Scorpio got a skate on that, as he winced a little bit as he skates to the bench. But Oswego State doing a really good job. They're not pinching too hard defensively. That third forward on the forecheck staying back well to avoid a lot of odd man rushes for Geneseo, as if you're Oswego State, you have the lead. You got 16:54 left to kill. Don't be complacent, but don't be over-aggressive, and they're doing a good job balancing the two so far.
Legron looking for a shooting lane, finds one, and Richer is able to squeeze the pads to get the save.
Yeah, a really good save, and Richer, after this first period in which he gave up 3 goals on just about 10 shots, it seems to be much more locked in the last 20-25 minutes of the game so far, as we see a replay of Richer's save here. And a good job by Legron finding a shooting lane, turns on a dime, opens up, fires a shot, and Richer doing a good job staying tall and really staying active mentally, as that's a quick shot that gets fired off by the defenseman.
Pissarro wins the draw, and Campbell sends it around the glass. Geneseo is offside, and Campbell sends one up for Spink, who doesn't get his stick on the puck, and Geneseo will take over. Ferguson skating up towards the zone. Keenan gets the puck in, but he's taken down. Pissarro over to Spink, and he's shoved to the boards. The shot at the point never made its way on goal, and Broman will escape the zone. Pissarro ahead. Left side for Spink. Pissarro gets it back, and Mitch Ferguson is there to pick up the loose puck as Spink was poke-checked. Both teams in the midst of a change as Carter Allen swings up on the right side. Zizek finds it in the neutral zone. He'll dish it off to Carter Allen, who goes down low. The centering attempt was blocked by Salisbury, who was skating stride for stride along with him, and Empey will escape. Empey freezes on the brakes, and Kirkby will take over. Kirkby sends it to Tyler Curry, who starts up on the right side. Opposite corner dump in that McDonald will have to turn aside. Kirkby and LeBlanc in. Kirkby held for a second, and Cam Russell loses an edge. Mara in. LeBlanc defending him well, and Carter Allen will take it over. Pass trying to find Zizek just outside of his reach, and the play's over by Oswego's bench. Derek Brown and LeBlanc. Zizek taken down. It's not going to be a penalty. It's going to be an offside on Oswego.
And Zizek hit the ice hard. Seems to be okay. Maybe laboring on one of those legs.
That left knee. It looks like his left knee or his left hamstring he's laboring right now.
You know, we'll have to see what happened with him in the trainer, but not getting looked at, so he might be okay. Just a bit of a stinger, and Oswego State upset a little bit as they had to go offside and restart the play here.
And off that face-off, Geneseo comes away with it. Cleghorn gets it past Emerson. Solo has the puck down low. It squirts loose for Derek Brown, who chips it off the glass on his backhand and down low. And that one will be an icing call against Oswego as Perna got to the face-off dot first.
Right, Oswego State a little sloppy there, and now a little pushing and shoving there as Cleghorn pushes, gives a little two-hand, a soft two-hander to Jeff Solo. So, of course, the physicality, when you've got two such good teams, especially two conference rivals, if you will, there's always going to be some extracurricular activities here with the pushing and shoving.
Just under 15 minutes here in regulation. Campion darts towards the net, and that one might have been saved by David Richer. And Perna will send it in. It goes off of the body of Charlie Pelnick and down low. Solo being harassed by Brendan Miller, and Solo goes down. Both players go down, and Miller takes the puck up in his midsection, and he looks shaken up. Long pass. Cleghorn tips it in. Novik has it in the zone. Nenadal skates ahead. In over the line, Berry is the trailer. Nenadal will take it behind. Centering pass almost finds the post off of a weird deflection off McDonald's stick. And Geneseo skates it out. Kelly gets a hit, but sends it across for Perna. Opposite corner dump in, so Geneseo can change. Campbell off the backboards, finds Novik. Novik loses the puck off of the pass and given away to Geneseo. Ferguson walks into the slot. Nice diving block by Cameron Berry, sacrificing the body. And back come the Lakers. Devin Campbell driving hard and loses the puck to Lagrone. Great play by Cameron Berry to end that Geneseo chance. Nenadal sweeps it away from the slot. Pissarro tried to send it on for Berry. Intercepted by Ferguson. Sent it rink wide. Intercepted by Novik. Novik and Pissarro calling for the puck. And Pissarro loses an edge and doesn't get a shot off. Serpico cuts towards the slot, and it goes off of a stick in front and into the corner.
And that's the third or fourth time someone's hit the ice this period. And again, the ice has not looked great. Very choppy. Bouncing puck, and players falling left and right here, as I believe that's the third of the period.
Schmidt sends it down low as the Oswego crowd tries to give the Lakers a little bit of energy. Long pass intercepted by Zizek, and he'll skate ahead. Zizek is in. He's got Spink on his left side, waiting for reinforcements. Send it around for Spink. Up in the air, Spink has the puck again, and Serpico sends it to the right side and escapes the zone. Curry has some time and space and fires it in on the right side. LeBlanc in after it. Zizek on the left side. Salisbury sent it around. Kirkby and Gordon battling with it. It's loose at the point, and a scrum ensues. It goes loose and finds Cam Russell on the left. Pass over to Keenan. He's unable to handle it, and Curry recoils. Curry gains center, dumps the puck in, and goes off for a line change along with his defensive partner in Carter Allen. Brunn and Solo on the ice for the Lakers now. Gordon loses another edge, and Brunn is there along with Solo. And the puck finds Derek Brown in the middle of the ice, and he'll just send it ahead. Off the boards, Cam Russell. Empty now. Brunn decides against finishing his check. Molinaro up for Brown. Brown tips it in, and McDonald thought about making a play, but Perna will play the puck. You can sense that either team doesn't want to get too risky here to avoid giving up another goal in such a tight contest, just over the midpoint in this third period of play, and the shot at the point by Campion takes a deflection off a Laker in front.
Yeah, and despite no one wanting to give up the next goal, Geneseo has to score a goal here as the Lakers ice it. They've got to take more chances. Oswego doing a pretty good job kind of, I don't want to say collapsing down and breaking down, but they're bend but don't break in the sense that Geneseo's had the puck for most of this third period, but when they do, it's not in high danger scoring chance areas. So Oswego State doing a good job forcing Geneseo out wide when they have the puck and making it really tough on them getting into the offensive zone.
11 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in regulation. The Knights won the face-off, but Mitch Emerson gets the loose puck. It's over in the neutral zone and sent ahead, tipped in by Bozio. Campbell is there to meet it. He backhands a pass over to Nenadal, who's battling with Ferguson. Scorpio tries to help him out, and Campbell will play it off the glass. It's gloved down by Bozio. And out in front in the middle of the ice, Serpico, big shot at the point by, Lagrone goes wide. Ferguson with a shot through traffic. It hits Novick in front. Nenadal and Novick exchange. Novick off the boards, and he'll chase after it with Lagrone. He peels off instead and will cover the neutral zone. Play behind the net. Lagrone slow to make a play, finds Nenadal in the neutral zone. It's taken away by the Bozio. Allen chips it down low. Romano looks for a lane, and on the back door, Bozio, the pass was just off the mark. We're gonna get a penalty against the Oswego State Lakers, and it's gonna be a slashing call.
Yeah, a really sloppy play by Joey Scorpio. A clear slash, and didn't look like much, but as we've seen the last couple of years in the NHL, and Pat, as you mentioned it earlier in the year, more in NCAA now, those light little taps on the hands, those are going to get called more often than not, and Joey Scorpio can't be happy with himself. Tyler Curry, earlier in the sequence defensively, does a good job laying the body and preventing his man who had the puck from generating any offense.
The transition to the new slashing rules have been a lot more smoother here at the Division III level than the NHL level. So both teams have, and all teams, here in Division III hockey have had a chance to figure out the way that this rule works. And the face-off was, I believe it was a false start on Geneseo. Penalty clock and the game timer ran, so they'll have to reset that, as 2 seconds managed to tick off the clock before the timekeepers got a hold of what was going on. So we're going to get a little bit of a delay here.
Yeah, it just goes to show how crucial that this 2-minute advantage for Geneseo is so crucial. They haven't really created a lot this period, but with a 5-on-4 advantage, they're looking to create a bunch.
Ferguson, his shot goes off of the skate of Carter Allen in front and carries around to the other point. Ferguson gets it from Lagrone, down low for Kyle Hartman. Looking for a lane to pass through, goes to the point instead. Ferguson and Hartman play catch. Romano, scores! Tyson MC gets the puck on the other side of the ice, one-times it home, and another lead change. It's a tie game once again, 4-4.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, watch Tyson Empey on the back door as we await the replay. Oswego State's got to get in those passing lanes. Empey on the back door. He's too talented not to put this home. As they work it back down to Romano, look at that passing lane. And you saw right there at the top of the circle, I can't quite make out the number, as it looked like it was Derek Brown for the Lakers. Once he moves his stick right there in the center of your frame, you see the pass. It's Emerson, Once he moves his stick from behind to in front of the net, it opens up the passing lane for Tyson Empey to get the easy tap in. 4-4 tie game.
We talked about the little things that would make a difference in this game, and LeBlanc will touch it off to make it offside. Face-off going to come outside the neutral zone and not back down. But small little defensive mistake, and Geneseo has the ability to pounce on that.
Yeah, and it was just a matter of time, and it's almost fortunate for the Lakers that it happens early enough in the period with 9:40 left that they can try to generate offense, because for the first half of this period, they really just weren't generating anything. They were dumping the puck in, playing smart, but you got to create something.
Gordon in on goal. He's got a lane. He shoots, and it was a pad save made by David Richet. What a play there for Arthur Gordon, who had a highlight reel goal just the other night against Cortland. And the puck is over at the half wall. Shot by Russell goes off with a skate of Pelnick in front. It carries around to Tanner Salisbury. Empey takes over, giving away to LeBlanc, and they'll start back out the other way. Bank pass off the boards, doesn't find Zizek, and a sloppy icing for Oswego.
Yeah, and they're looking for the breakout pass to Zizek, and we'll watch a replay here of the chance for Geneseo. And Pelnick caught on the 2-on-1, unable to get to the puck, leaves his man wide open on the far side, and a great stop by Richet. And a very similar play we saw when Broman scored his goal off the pass from Passero earlier in that second period. But for the Lakers, you want to create those stretch passes, but you cannot afford to take these icings.
Cleghorn won the faceoff. The puck is loose out in front. A scrum for it. Burnett gets the puck. Puck loose. Richet finds it and covers. And here we go with some pushing and shoving. Pelnick, Miller will battle. Referees and linesmen quick to defuse that situation. It looks like we'll stay at even strength.
And that's another big-time save by Richet, who's looked really solid despite giving up 4 goals on 20 unofficial shots. But that's a goal that earlier in the season you might have seen go in the sense that it's a scramble in front of the net. Richet can't find it, and you'll see it here. The shot, the initial save, lots of bodies in front, can't seem to find it, but just makes the save as Brendan Miller pulls it out of the scrum on his forehand. A great opportunity for him, but Richet shuts the door.
Oswego able to change. Novik sends it off, and here comes Travis Broman. Broman unable to shake off his defender. He's forced to the outside. It was a great opportunity to get past the first one. Spink back for Campbell. Campbell with his time shoots, and that one goes wide. Oswego Lakers looking for a deflection in front. It's cleared out of the zone. Campbell there. Puck loose. It's batted into the zone. Not a high stick, as it looks like Geneseo touched up. Campion sends it up to Miller. Miller up for Burnett, and Burnett will send it in as the Knights are in the midst of a change. Novik on the right side. He sends it up for Derek Brown. Brown's pass was blocked, but Kelly couldn't hold on to his stick, which allows Brown to dump the puck in. McDonald plays the puck, goes over to Ferguson. Bozio up the ice, rink wide, finds Serpico. Serpico, Allen is there. Brown intercepts it. Molinaro tries to find Allen in the neutral zone, doesn't get him, and it's sent back into Oswego territory. Curry around the boards. Molinaro chips it along for Mitch Emerson out to neutral ice. Mitch Emerson with a cross check on Schmid. That's not called. And Legron will just circle around waiting for his team to complete a change. And the clearing and the dump in was blocked by Molinaro in front. Nenadal looks for a lane to enter the zone, finds one, and nicely passes defender, and the 2 men cancel out. Nice hit by Nenadal, but he goes down anyway.
Big's bigger in Texas, Dougie.
Sent ahead for Colin Keenan. Shot, easy glove save for David Richet.
And on that play, Derek Brown with a big hit protecting the puck on Dougie Legron. And for Oswego State, you look at some of these cross-ice passes, they're not executing. But for Geneseo, it is. As we replay the hit on, and you'll see right here, cuts through. And Josh Nettle, just such a big body, able to lay it on Dougie Legron. Josh Nettle, only 5'9", but 205 pounds, so he's a big guy with a low center of gravity, and that doesn't bode well for the opposition when Nenadol likes to throw his body.
Oswego won the face-off, and Cameron Berry is ahead. He's defended by both Geneseo defensemen, and Empey skates the puck. Empey to the right side for Arthur Gordon. His shot was blocked. Broman just getting off the bench, looking for the puck on an outlet. Broman gets the puck. It's poke checked away. Broman in on goal for the hat trick, and he can't get the shot off as it looks like his stick was caught up on the pads of McDonald. Broman takes the puck away from Mara in the neutral zone, not giving up on it, And Oswego changing, and 3-on-2 the other way. Mara, right side, Gordon, drops it off at the point for Salisbury, and his shot goes high.
In a sloppy play by Curry at his own blue line, you've got to do a better job getting it to your teammates or getting it in deep. You can't afford to fire it through the center of the ice when it's blocked by a guy by a Geneseo forward.
Salisbury and Pissarro. Puck comes to Jeff Solo, who sends it down low. Tanner Spink. Henry Cleghorn, players down, 2-on-2 scrum. It scores loose, and the Geneseo Knights come away with it. Salisbury up ahead. Flip pass, puck bouncing, and Burnett's coming in. Richer trying to keep it out, and the whistle is blown. And the red light on the end of the goal did not come on, and the referee blows the puck dead.
Yeah, a bouncing puck. And Richer lucky that it doesn't go in. He goes to poke it away, but when it bounced over his stick, his 5-hole is wide open as we await the replay, and a lucky break for the Lakers with the bouncing puck. And here it is. You'll see the puck bouncing the length of the ice. Solo unable to catch up to it, and Richer sticks his stick out, leaves the 5-hole wide open. He's got to get down to cover up the 5-hole if he's moving his stick out there.
Both teams go for a tie-up on the face-off, and Oswego is finally able to come away with it after seconds of battling. Derek Brown up ahead, Mitch Emerson on the right side. Emerson tried to get the loose puck, it's lost in skates. Sent ahead by Will Campion for an icing call. And a hit behind the play sends the student section into a frenzy.
And it looks like there's no call here, so I'm not quite sure what happened. I think I missed it there. But the Oswego State crowd not happy as there's no call, just an icing.
Oswego State, one of the best atmospheres in Division III hockey. Oswego State loves their hockey and one of the nicest arenas in D3 too. Carter Allen in the neutral zone. He loses an edge and gives it away to Dan Bozio. Bozio sends it in. Carter Allen is able to make up for it by getting his stick on the puck, and he'll send it up for Nenadal. Rink wide for Cameron Berry, who skates ahead. Zizek goes towards the center of the net, well defended by Chris Perna to take the puck off of Berry. Pass ahead for David Schmid. More contact behind the play, and Nenadal is holding his neck as he skates off the bench, sending Oswego student section into another chant that we're not allowed to repeat on television.
Looked like a bit of either a cross check or a high hit by Campion around Nenadal's neck area, and that's a tough no call as ref is looking right at it.
Play offside for Geneseo, and yeah, the trainer is looking on Nenadal right now.
Yeah, and we'll see the try to watch it here, and just a little high hit. It looks like Campion catches him up high. No real call there as both guys pull their hands up towards each other. Nenadal just gets the worst of it.
He's still being attended to by the trainer, but he looks to be okay. And Oswego wins the face-off. Broman and Pissarro just outside the Laker end. Devin Campbell has a stick on it, and it comes loose to Max Novick on the left defense. He skates ahead and dishes it off for Tanner Spink. Spink using his speed, chasing after it with Legrone. Them two going to the boards. Ferguson tries to chip it out, and Andrew Romano will escape the zone. Sends it rink wide for Schmid. Schmid sends it down the left side. Keenan after it with Max Novick. Keenan has some room to make a play. Puck goes loose. Schmid, Ferguson at the shot. It goes off of maybe David Richer. It definitely hit a Laker in front. And it's in the far corner now. David Schmid. Shot on the outside. Doesn't find its way on net. And Pissarro will send it up for Broman in stride. Broman sends it down on the ice. Broman gets past Ferguson. Legrone down low. Puck battle won by the Knights, and Kyle Hartman will flip it up into the air and out to neutral ice. Puck battle won by Mara. He skates in, finds towards the center, and he's unable to get a shot off. And Ferguson tried to, it was Empey, tried to play the puck from the air down to his stick to get a shot off. He was in great position, unable to do so.
Yeah, really good job by Empey following up the play. And for the Oswego State back end, a good job lifting the stick of the Geneseo forward who was unable to make anything happen because of it.
And we're going to get a call here. It looks maybe it's offside. Coming up tomorrow here on WTOP 10, we have the post-game show just after the final buzzer in about 3 minutes, 18 seconds, where Luke Owens, Brian Rudman, and Dylan McGlynn will have highlights and analysis from the entire 60 minutes of play, and potentially even more if this stays tied. Face-off won by the Lakers. Tyler Curry gives it off for Carter Allen, and it's tipped into the zone on the right side of the red line by Cameron Berry. Berry in. He blocks the clearing attempt. It's at the point. Carter Allen goes down low on the right side. Played off the glass, out to center. Tyler Curry gloves it down, trying to find Berry, who's tagging up. It misses everybody, and Cam Russell has some time and space. Russell up, tipped in by Miller. Richer thought about making a play. Allen cancels out, and Zizek has the puck over on the right side. Looking for a way to center it out in front. Lakers all over that. Allen and Curry there with Cleghorn. Comes loose and Spink starts ahead. Broman's on the right side, Zizek on the left. Zizek freezes on the breaks and loses the puck. Back of the other way comes Bozio, and he'll just send it down low. 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go in regulation. Pass goes off of Tanner Spink's skate, but Broman is there to take it up. Broman tries to get past his defender. Well checked and swept aside by Chris Perna. Max Novik intercepts the pass. Novik walks into the slot, shoots, blocked. Passero the rebound! And it takes it a save off of McDonald's skate and goes up into the air. Weird deflection causes a scrum over in the right wing corner. Puck goes loose on the left side. Derek Brown back at the point for Novik. Novik looking for a lane. Shoots through traffic, and it is blocked by Campion and cleared out of the zone. 1 minute, 37 seconds to go here in regulation. Devin Campbell starts up. Emerson looking for a rink-wide pass, decides against it, and will gain center and dump it in for Molinaro. McDonald out to play the puck. He has to scramble back to the zone. It's taken back by Ferguson, intercepted by Zizek at the line. Emerson across for Carter Allen, who shoots. Deflection in front. Zizek off the backhand. He can't get the shot away. He had an empty net to shoot in. Zizek over at the corner. Molinaro trying to shoot it. It's taken away and sent out of the zone. Schmid with the puck. He enters the zone as Keenan goes towards the center. Saved by Richer. He couldn't hold on, and it's sent around the boards. Ferguson intercepted by Allen into the path of Gordon, and up comes Zizek with 49 seconds to go. Molinaro in. Chips it down low. Gordon there. Spun around and finds Keenan over at the left wing. Outlet pass finds Gordon. He'll slow it down, gives it to Tyson Empey, who tries to cut towards the net, and his deke is taken away by Broman. Bank pass finds Passero. Spink in, and he'll chase after the puck with Russell. Spink and Passero sent around with 20 seconds to go. Played off the glass and out to center. Max Novik is there to take it. Devin Campbell recoiling in his own end. Tipped into the zone by Passero. 10 seconds to go. Salisbury flips it around. Gordon has it. Novik in the neutral zone as the final seconds bleed out here in regulation. And we are going to overtime here in the Marano Campus Center. 4-4 is your score at the end of regulation.
Yeah, and what a last couple of shifts there in the waning minutes of that third period. The energy picks up here, and it started going a lot more back and forth action as we got just under 2 minutes in this little stoppage in play. Oswego State, you have to be happy with what you've done in this third period. You give up the goal, but it could have been a lot worse early on as Geneseo dominated a lot of the puck play.
This game is everything we expected it to be and more, as the coaches will get a chance to speak to their teams one final time. It's a 5-minute, 5-on-5 sudden death OT period, and it will end in a tie if no one scores at the end of that.
Right, and if you're the Lakers, I don't want to say you're rooting for a tie because you want to come out and win the game, but this is a game that you have to be very happy with how your team played. You battle back, so you show some resilience, you show that you can skate with one of the best teams in all of Division III. And yes, both teams are very good, and Oswego State's top 5 in their own right, but Geneseo, with the depth they have, with the speed they have, and with the way Oswego State played against Buffalo State last week, you're very happy with how Oswego State came out to play.
Two talented head coaches going at it, both with 10 years of experience as head coach of their benches, more even. Chris Schultz with his 13th season behind the bench of Geneseo.
Right.
How does his style hold up against Ed Gosick's?
You know, he's a 2-time Division III Coach of the Year, and just so talented. You see his team, they're run and gun. they're going to score 4 or 5 goals a game. They average nearly 5 a game. And, you know, their defense is stingy as well. But with Oswego State, they're trying to win games 3-2. That's what you hear Coach Gosick say every single, at the start of the season. We heard him say, our goal is to win every single game 3-2, 4-3. For Geneseo, they're scoring a lot more than that. So for Gosick, he tries to tie it down a bit more, a little bit of an old school head coach, as he's got some years on the head coach of Geneseo, Chris Schultz. But 2 great coaches, 2 almost legends of the Division III game nonetheless.
Yeah, Ed Gosick, who has sat on multiple D3 selection committees. And speaking of the selection committee, Geneseo and Oswego 2-3 in the pairwise rankings, which we'll have a chance to talk about a little bit more after this overtime period. But 2 big Division III giants going at it here, and it's going to come down to whoever can score next.
Yeah, and just you love to see him. For the fans, just what an incredible game we've been able to witness now with overtime being the deciding factor, if not a tie.
So free hockey here in the Marano Campus Center. Devin Campbell has the puck in Oswego territory. Flips it around, trying to find Berry. Legrone saves it in at the line, down low. Campbell with a chip pass up to Zizek. Nenadal is looking for an outlet, and Legrone beats him to the faceoff dot, and icing is called.
Yeah, and again, it looked like the puck might have bounced over a bit of snow by the Geneseo bench, as our WNO colleagues allude to. But again, for Zizek and for Nenadal, you've got to time your passes better. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen here in the 3rd and now overtime in which it's gone the length of the ice for an icing, and Geneseo is so dynamic off these opening faceoffs. You can't afford to take these icings.
They won, the Lakers won the faceoff off of that tie-up, and Ferguson sends it down low off of his backhand. Empey and Campbell battling with it. Puck squirts loose at the point for Legrone, and Arthur Gordon will send it along. Puck pops up into the air, and Arthur Gordon chases after it. Cameron Berry has possession, and he'll start out. Pass goes off of a stick in front. It's played up into the air. Gordon can't get the shot off, and Zizek will just flip it out of the zone, trying to ice it here. And icing is called. It will be interesting to see if Oswego uses their timeout that they still have.
It looks like Cameron Berry's talking to Coach Gosick over there. Maybe they will take the timeout, but that's a good ice by Zizek. You know, the team's a little flustered, not really set positionally, so you take the reset and you hope to win the faceoff and get it out without an icing this time.
For now, Keenan and Zizek will line up for the faceoff, and no timeout taken by Ed Gosick. As Oswego wins it, Novik sends it around. Nenadal trying to escape the zone. Nice block by Salisbury to keep it in. Nenadal finally is able to get past Salisbury. Puck still loose inside of Oswego territory. Campbell looking for a way out, and Campbell will finally escape the zone. Geneseo tags up and sends it in. Keenan after it with Campbell. Loose puck chipped at by Romano down low. Spink shoves Keenan down. Back at the point for Russell. Russell the shot, the rebound taken away by Nenadal. And Nenadal tries to spring Zizek. And a nice block by Will Campion prevents that breakaway opportunity for Oswego.
Yeah, and Geneseo going for the win here as they're really pushing. The defense really strong and really aggressive at their offensive blue line, forcing for the first time now, almost 2 minutes into this overtime period, Oswego State gets an offensive zone faceoff and now can try to generate something as they send out this 4th line led by 2 goal scorer on the night, Travis Broman.
The best line in terms of scoring tonight out there for Oswego. They win the faceoff back to Curry. Curry shoots, takes a deflection. It goes down. McDonald wasn't ready for it, but it wasn't on goal. Bozio in. He's 1-on-3 with the Lakers. Curry will send it around. Spink is there to send it up for Passero, who skates ahead. Passero dumps it to the left side. Broman is chasing after it, and he leaves it off for a man who isn't there, and Serpico will skate it up. Serpico in over the line. His shot was blocked by the frame of Carter Allen, and Passero will shove Serpico to the boards. Derek Brown ahead. Given away to Geneseo. The long rink-wide pass taken by Tyler Curry. He'll spin ahead and gives it to Emerson. Emerson in over the line. Molinaro going to the left wing to help him out. Derek Brown behind the net. Solo pinching in and keeps it in at the line. Risky pinch for Oswego. It works out though. 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the overtime period. Pelnick's shot was easily saved by McDonald and sent to the right side. Zyzik skates in to keep the puck in. Zyzik, the puck is loose and taken away by Geneseo. Arthur Gordon ahead. Gordon goes down, no penalty. Mara finds some space to send it in. It's still being fought for, and Mara finds some space to send it around. Zyzik sends it around back. Finds Cameron Berry in stride. He'll skate ahead. Nice move by Cameron Berry, but an even better stick by Salisbury to end that chance. 1 minute, 39 seconds to go in overtime. Zyzik takes it. Zyzik looks for a shooting lane, goes to the point. Novick, deflection! It went off of Zyzik. Nenadal's skate never makes it through on goal. Puck squirts loose. Nenadal. Novick takes the shot. There was really no lane to shoot through, and Romano comes back the other way. Stride for stride with Novick. Both players cancel each other out, and David Richer will cover up the loose puck with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go in the game.
And a great recovery by Max Novick on the rush the other way with really no real opportunity, no shooting lane, as you mentioned, Pat, to take the shot. He really shouldn't have went for that. It looked like he might have tried to pinch it or throw it in deep. Unable to do so. A great play by Geneseo as they're able to block the shot and transition quickly the other way.
And we're going to get a timeout called on the ice. And it's going to be Geneseo who calls it.
Yeah, if you're Geneseo, you know your big guns were out there for a long time, so you're trying to slow it down, give them a chance to rest up for the final minute 12. And from what I've seen, it looks like Geneseo is a lot more aggressive in trying to get this win, not wanting to give Oswego a point in the tie.
Yeah, Geneseo controlling their own destiny as far as SUNYAC playoffs go. The field is set for that tournament. It's going to be a battle of seeding throughout this next couple weeks. And Oswego will go up to North Country to face the Potsdam Bears and the Plattsburgh Cardinals next weekend.
Right, and that's a tough weekend. You saw last year Oswego State really rolling. Plattsburgh, a fringe playoff team, they end up making it. And Potsdam, one of the bottom third or bottom tier of the SUNYAC last year, similar this year, and both teams upset Oswego. So Oswego, you're not locked into that second seed. If Buff State wins out and you lose out, I believe Buff State gets the second seed. So Oswego State needs to get at least one more win here in these next 3 games to lock up that 2 seed. And if they win out and get some help as Geneseo drops a couple games, then Oswego State unlikely, but possibly gets the number 1 seed.
Either way, Oswego, like you said, needs a win to lock up this second seed, which guarantees that first round bye, a midweek game being played between the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds. But if they want that win here tonight, they'll have 1 minute and 12 seconds to do it. Oswego wins the faceoff. Carter Allen tried to chip it off the glass, goes over the boards, and luckily for Oswego, the delay of game rule we see in the NHL is not a thing in Division III hockey. So we'll skate 5 aside and we'll just redo the faceoff.
Right, in this last minute 7 for Oswego State, you want to take some chances, offensively, but you cannot afford to give an odd man rush the other way. You've got to be responsible in your defensive zone first.
Geneseo won that faceoff. Russell puts a shot on, doesn't get a deflection. Schmid looking for a centering pass, and no one's on the other end of it. It comes outside the zone, so Geneseo has to tag up. We're under 1 minute to go here in the overtime period, and Carter Allen will start ahead. Allen for Spink. Spink drives down the left side, takes the shot, gloved and held by McDonald, and they'll get an offensive zone draw with 42.6 seconds to go.
Right, an offensive zone draw, which is so crucial for the Lakers to not only win, but also control. You've seen a couple times when the teams tie up, Geneseo beats Oswego State to the puck, so Oswego's got to do a good job keeping the puck in the zone here. Maybe try to win it back to Max Novick, where it looks like they're setting up for Tanner Spink right up on that circle, just out of your line of vision on the camera here as he edges back out. Look for Pissarro to win it back to him there.
Pissarro won the face-off, but it doesn't get back to him as Geneseo starts back the other way. Gordon with some speed. He has a stride over Novick. He spins ahead, tried to center it, and blocked away by Tyler Curry. Novick back the other way. Under 30 seconds to go. Pissarro left side, backhands a shot, and it's gloved and held into the chest of Devin McDonald with 23 and 10 seconds to go.
And it looked like he deflected off of Gordon on the play, on the sliding defensive effort. And for the for Devin McDonald, lucky to catch the puck that was really handcuffed in there, a bit of a knuckler.
Isaac taking the face off. It's to the right of Devin McDonald against the captain, Colin Keenan. Oswego wins the draw. Emerson back for Novick. Emerson gets it back. He's shoved to the boards. 15 seconds to go. It's sent out to the neutral ice. Geneseo starts ahead. Schmid. Carter Allen. Tyler Curry, with 5 seconds to go. Play over by the Geneseo bench. One last chance. Tyler Curry shoots. Deflects off of Ferguson's stick. And this game will end as a tie, 4-4.
Yeah, and I know the fans not too happy as we're not used to too many ties here, whether it be professional hockey or whatnot, but a really hard-fought battle by two powerhouses in the SUNYAC, two powerhouses in the nation, and a really, really good effort by the Lakers in the third and overtime period, and a really good game all around by both teams as they both congratulate their goaltenders on a hard-fought battle of two really good teams.
What did you think of the play of David Richer tonight?
You know, I thought he came back after that shaky first period and played really strong. It won't really show on the score sheet. Giving up 4 goals on 23 shots is not that great, but when you look at the chances that there were so many good chances, and it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality, and there were a bunch of quality scoring chances on both sides. So for both goaltenders, I thought they played pretty well.
So as both teams begin to have their handshake line, we are going to stay here on WTOP 10, as a lot of us have probably forgot that it is indeed senior night for Oswego State. And we will have that ceremony here for you live here on WTOP 10 in just a moment. Now looking forward at the Division III pairwise ranking system. We've been talking a lot about it. Division III hockey fans might have seen a lot in Twitter about how this new system works. And Ed Gosick himself prides the NCAA on making this change, as he feels that it removes some of the ambiguity regarding the selection process, which, if you follow Division III bracketology in years past, you know it's a complicated process.
Yeah, you saw it last year when Oswego State really unsure if they were going to get an at-large bid after they lost in the semifinals to Fredonia. Unfortunately, they don't get it, and Gosick wasn't mad at the NCAA by any stretch of the mean, but again, you don't really know what their decision was. So with the pairwise ranking, as you mentioned, it takes in a couple of things into account, including strength of schedule, wins-loss record, and a bunch of different stats, of course, Pat, you are very familiar with.
Yeah, the way that it works is there's 5 different categories as Oswego salutes their home fans, and we're going to get the 3 stars of the game before the senior ceremony. We'll get back to PWR in a second. Passero gets the 3rd star of the game.
Yeah, Passero had a really nice night. That 4th line was dynamic throughout, so I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of those guys were named the 3 stars.
And Romano for the Geneseo Knights gets the 2nd star. We'll talk about him in a second. But the 1st star of the night, of course, the freshman, the breakout star, Travis Broman.
Yeah, and that's 2 goals. And he only had 1 in the 3 games coming into it, so a really impressive performance by Broman. He's a big-time player, and it really shows here. You saw in the exhibition against his former team, the Colton Place Canadians, he had a really good day. And, of course, now tonight, 2 goals and quite possibly the biggest matchup of the season for the Lakers.
So they'll get ready to show the senior video, but again, back on PWR. 5 different categories, and it's a very simple system on paper. If you win a category of emphasis, whether that would be winning percentage, head-to-head record, strength of schedule, you get a point or a percentage of a point. We'll get to the reason why that's the case in a minute. And if you win 3 out of the 2 comparison categories, you get 1 single pairwise point in the standings. They do this with every single team that is over a record of 500 at the end of the year. But we're going to get the senior video down onto the ice. The next voice you will hear will be PA announcer Dan Kapusinski.
comes Anthony Becerro. Looking the left side. Becerro to Campbell. Campbell gives a shot, and it's good! Oswego State!
And at this time, Oswego State and the nationally ranked men's ice hockey team would like to take a moment and recognize this year's seniors, Christopher Braun, Josh Nunadal, Assistant Captain Cameron Berry, and Captain Devin Campbell. Christopher Braun is accompanied tonight by his dad, Stefan. The Stockholm, Sweden native has made an appearance in 71 contests for the Lakers, collecting 2 goals and 9 assists for 11 points. His first collegiate tally came in the team's 8-0 win over Nazareth on January 13th of 2017. The defender boasts a career plus-minus ranking of plus 32. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Braun. Josh Nunadal is accompanied by his parents, Dave and Lynn, his grandmother, Vicky, and his girlfriend, Juliana Weir. The transfer senior has appeared in 22 contests during his season as a Laker, adding to his career total of 115 games played. The forward's first point in green and gold came in a goal in the team's 6-2 victory over SUNY Canton on November 9th. Since then, he has accrued 7 goals, a team leading 3 shorthanded and 3 unassisted, to go with 7 assists for a season point total of 15 and a career total of 18 goals, 14 assists, and 32 points. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Nunadal. Cameron Berry is accompanied by his parents, Jeff and Sylvia, and his girlfriend, McKenna Wiegand. The Chandler, Arizona native has appeared in 78 contests for Oswego, recording 16 goals with a career-high 12 goals during the 2017-2018 season. The assistant captain of the Lakers recorded his first collegiate goal against Plattsburgh on February 27th of 2016. The forward has dealt 14 helpers during his career while accruing a plus-minus ranking of plus 21. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Berry. Devin Campbell is accompanied by his parents, Peter and Maura, his brothers, Justin and Graydon, his grandparents, Don and Bernice, and his girlfriend, Robin. The Greeley, Ontario, Canada native has appeared in 59 contests during his tenure as a Laker, recording his first career goal in the team's 5-2 victory over Brockport on November 20th. The defenseman currently has the second best plus-minus rating on the team, plus 18, with a career rating of plus 38. Campbell's 9 assists this year is a new single-season career high for the senior. For his strength at anchoring the Laker defense and disrupting opponent offenses, Campbell was named the 2017-2018 SUNYAC Defensive Player of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Devin Campbell. Oswego State would like to thank Christopher, Josh, Cameron, and Devin for all their contributions to the men's ice hockey program. Let's hear it.
And welcome back inside the press box following the senior ceremony for Devin Campbell, Cameron Berry, Christopher Brunn, and Josh Nenadal. It's interesting as these players have been playing hockey their whole life, and when they come to Oswego State, the Laker uniform and Oswego, it becomes a part of them.
Yeah, it really does. You heard Josh Nenadal in his story with Ben Greco of the Oswegonian. He just says that he's a Laker for life. He's been here for 1 year. He's played 23 games now with the Green and Gold Lakers, and this friendship that he's built with these guys lasts a lifetime. And that's something that he said in a really great story, and not only an impressive look from a transfer, but also from a senior on now this senior day.
Now, while they might be enjoying this moment as they're embraced by the rest of their team, in the back of their heads, especially in the captain Devin Campbell, you know that it's not over.
It's not. You've still got two games left in the regular season on the road, as we've mentioned. And you've got at least 1 or 2 more playoff games, or 1 more playoff game, I should say, potentially a playoff bye, and again, potentially a playoff home game. And they don't want it to end here. They don't want this to be their last great memory in Green and Gold. They want that to be raising the SUNYAC title or raising even a D3 banner.
Like we mentioned, PWR has a lot to do with it, and like we mentioned, percentage of a point, we were talking about it. The reason that's the case is while online it's apparent that each of these categories is weighted equally, the NCAA Division III committee has broad power to change any weighting. So they can make strength of schedule worth 35%, winning percentages worth 10, and head-to-head record at any percentage that they want. So Oswego State, shrouded in this mystery, just has to keep going on and playing the way that they like to play.
Right, and the best way to get into the tournament is not to rely on the pairwise, it's to go out there and win your conference tournament, giving you the immediate bid. And for this team, pulling a tie against Geneseo, it just shows that you can beat this team. You are that good enough to beat a team like Geneseo.
So the Geneseo Knights and Oswego State Lakers finish this game tie at 4-4. Coming up on the other side of the break, the post-game show here on Hockey Night on Oswego. And we are going to go to the perch right now. Luke and the boys.
Thank you, Pat. As I'm joined alongside Brian Rudman and Dylan McGlynn for our post-game show, and a 4-4 final. And Geneseo came out early in the third period to tie it on the power play after the Joey Scorpio slashing penalty. It was empty from Romano with 9:49 remaining in the game. That put Geneseo at a tie game.
Yeah, it was sort of a silly penalty from Scorpio, not really necessary. And really, if you're Oswego, there's not much else you could do on the penalty kill. It was just a backside. He snuck in there. Not much you can do. You had to cover the slot. And again, Riche, not much he could do either. So I still think Riche had a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's just not a good penalty to take. It was unnecessary. It was away from the play, and it's stuff like that that is the difference between winning and tying, like we saw.
Yeah, coming into this game, Oswego State had killed off 21 penalties in a row, but tonight, Geneseo with 3 power play goals. And what did you guys see from the Lakers penalty kill unit that maybe was a little bit lackluster tonight?
Well, really early in the night, we saw them not covering the slot enough. On the last one, again, not much you can really do, but they've played good on the penalty kill, but tonight they faced a superior offense. So when you go down a man, it makes it really tough to kill off a penalty.
Yeah, I don't think it was a situation of their PK not being good enough. I think it was their PK just having to do too much work. I just thought it was too many penalties, especially that major in the second period really wore him down. You just got to stay out of the box less.
And keeping it in the third period for just one more sec before we turn to that overtime period, I thought Oswego State came out and played a little bit conservative. You know, we were talking, it seemed like they came out and they just didn't keep their foot on the gas, and that really might have been what ended the game in a tie.
Yeah, well, we talked about it at the second intermission. They didn't want to overcommit to the offense, but again, they were a little lackluster trying to get the puck out of the defensive zone. They let it stay in there a little too long, in my opinion, and it just gave Geneseo some opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, the start of the third period, I would say from the Oswego standpoint, it really looked to me like they weren't so much trying to win as they were not trying to lose. They were playing to not let Geneseo tie the game instead of them just playing their game, which is not something you can do.
And now one more time, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, James Gattato, who caught up with the first star of the game tonight, Travis Broman.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Travis Broman. And Travis, you netted some really important goals today. What did you guys think going into this one?
I mean, it was a big matchup against these guys. We owed them one from the last time when we lost, but the boys are really ready to go, and we just came out, played our balls off, and I mean, I know we didn't get the win for these guys, these seniors, but it was good just to compete hard and show that we can beat these guys.
Well, a win or not, a point against what many call the #1 team in the nation is a very hard feat to pull off. What's the message that you're looking to send this Geneseo team after a draw like that going into the playoffs?
I just want to show that we're going to put them on their heels and that we're going to come out way harder next time and that we're going to keep working hard and keep getting better each and every day.
Awesome. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, guys.
Back to you.
All right, thank you, James. And obviously a tie, not the 2 points the Lakers wanted, but they do get that 1 point, stay within 3 points of Geneseo, and now they have to win one game up north against either Potsdam or Plattsburgh to clinch that #2 seed. So, guys, do we see them coming away with at least one of those wins to get at least one home ice game?
I think so. Going up to Potsdam on Friday, that's a game where Potsdam's going to try and play the spoiler. But if you look at it a little bit, they played well tonight. I think they should be able to get some points, and there really shouldn't be any motivation needed when they go up to Plattsburgh on Saturday. It's going to be your rival senior night. I can't think of any better opportunity to really put them in their place if you're Oswego.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're in a good position. I mean, if you told me before this game that Oswego would give up 4 goals to Geneseo and tie, I mean, if I'm Oswego, I'd take that any day of the week. This is one of the best defense in the country. You scored 4 goals. I think that's something you can really build on.
And one question that was posed, I know, in the booth between Matt and Pat was, how do we feel about these overtime rules? I mean, it's one overtime period, 5-on-5, a little bit of a different look than even Division I hockey or the NHL, where each team's going to come away with 1 point, but that's it. So, I mean, how do we really feel about ending these D3 hockey games in ties?
It's not the best thing in the world, but at the end of the day, nothing's perfect. So look, if you're Oswego, you get away with a tie, and if you're Oswego, I think you're a little lucky because they looked a little tired in that overtime.
Yeah. Luke, I proposed this to you earlier in the game. I think the SUNYAC, if we're talking about a point system, we make every win instead of 2 points worth 3, and then if you go to overtime, at the end of overtime, if it's still tied, you play an additional 3-on-3 overtime. So after that point, after the first overtime's done, it's a tie in the record book. But whoever wins the 3-on-3 gets 2 points, whereas the other team gets 1. I think that makes it a lot more exciting. You get to watch a little more hockey, and it makes the overtime games mean a little bit more.
I mean, who isn't a fan of 3-on-3 hockey? And before we wrap up, guys, I thought Oswego State they stayed conservative almost in that third period, or Geneseo just came out. It was a little bit more aggressive for the overtime period. And what do you guys see of Oswego maybe in that overtime period where they didn't seem to really be clicking? They couldn't keep the puck for very long.
Yeah, well, I think they were a little wore down. Dylan touched on it. The penalties and having to kill off so many penalties, I think, wore them down. You could see it in the overtime period. They were a little bit fatigued, and especially at the end of the third. Although at the end of the third, they did have some opportunities, but coming out in the overtime, they looked a little fatigued to me.
Yeah, I think Geneseo had had a ton of energy. You know, hey, we just tied this game. Let's go win it in overtime. And for the Lakers, it was like, oh, we just gave up a game-tying goal. Let's not lose. So.
And that is all the time we have for the post-game show, but be sure to tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. where the Oswego State women's team will have another matchup with the number 10 ranked Williams College Eafs. But for Luke Owens, Brian Rubin, and Dylan McGlynn, and the guys in the booth, we'd like to wish you a happy night, and thank you for tuning into the post-game show here on WTOP 10.